was of dudes in the back. Like if anybody see that interview, rewatch that interview, watch the people in the back body language switching up, just watching them. You know, I don't know if he was high, perked up, whatever, but he was doing a lot of dumb shit and dry snitching in the interview. They gonna use that footage as well. Like all this shit is tied up. It's just now it's just falling down like dominoes. So it's like now, like we gotta just sit back as spectators and watch. And even with Dirk's brother, D thing, that whole situation, like all this is all related. It's no coincidence. And the feds been knowing, they just been watching back, sitting and playing it in the cut. Mama Duck really been putting motherfuckers on. Cause she been saying this shit. Like she been saying this for a minute. I don't know dudes that she was bullshitting or whatever. Like, but no, she really been was giving clues. Like, nah, the feds been on this. Woo, woo, woo. They just letting shit play out the way it is. About trying to get the book, it's gonna be too late.
All right.
He already cutting them off anyway, regardless, because at the end of the day, like this whole FBG and BD GD beef shit been going on Wax for years. So it's like now he doing songs with Drake, so he don't want them A-list running away from him because his name gonna have that type of shit on it. So I feel like not who's it? He can't tell on nobody. I feel like he's gonna be the fall guy for all this shit.
Damn. All right. All right. S dot. S dot. It's on you, man. What's your point of view on it, Brody? All right. Raven, you there?
Yeah, yeah, I back channeled you because I don't have no voice.
Oh, okay. Let me check my back channel. Let me see. Let's see what Raven had to say. Okay. She said, I honestly believe it depends on how the feds come at him and what he has to lose when it comes down to the wire. Uh, Boom. You know, she said it all depends. Ghost, are you there, Ghost?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. What's happening? What's happening, Rick? What's good?
Hey, what's the
Trollz Nation.
deal,
What's up
man?
with y'all, man?
Welcome, welcome, man. What's your
Hey,
point of view on the subject, man?
this is my point of view, man. I'm gonna say no. He not gonna flip, and the reason I'm gonna say that is because it's not gonna even get to him. If you're a person who's dealt with the feds or got family members that dealt with the feds, and you read the whole indictment, you'll know a few things. First things is this indictment went to the grand jury in January. It's September now. So the boy Zell killed himself. I feel like he might have said a little too much. I feel like they debriefed him and he said a little too much, so he killed himself. That's one thing. Now they can't use him in court. The second thing is they got a racketeering indictment. The problem with that is in the racketeering indictment, they say things about drug dealing that the group does violent acts, but they not charge them with a bunch of acts. Every charge in this indictment is just the murder. It's nothing else. No other guns found, no other shootings, no drugs, no nothing. And you know, like I know, in all these other racketeering cases with the 6 9s, the Casanovas, they got all these different charges they charging people with. So I feel like if them O block niggas keep their mouth shut, they got a real good chance of beating this shit, bro. So I don't feel like it's gonna even get the dirt because it's if it sounds crazy, but it's just the truth. This ain't no big racketeering case. I feel like the feds squeezed the trigger too quick. Like they don't have enough charges.
So his rap
Hey, Ghost.
lyrics, like his rap lyrics ain't gonna have no playing to it, Ghost?
No, 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 hell no, not in this,
Okay.
bro. Because the
Okay.
feds slipped on this, man. They had so much pressure on them, I believe, from the city of Chicago and from Mama Duck that they just went ahead and squeezed the trigger because they got this one charge. The problem with that is you can't convict somebody of racketeering off of one fucking murder. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ghost. Can I throw something back at you, bro?
Go ahead, bro.
All right. Me watching the 6 9 case and their indictment, the feds was adding charges too as the indictment was still going.
Yeah, you're right
So
about
you
that.
think
But when
so? So you think they
but
could do
when the
that?
indictment Hey, you right about that, bro. But when the indictment first came down, I'm talking about the first indictment. The
Right,
first
right, right,
indictment is the strongest part of the indictment, bro.
right.
That's what gets everybody wrapped up. When 6 9 indictment first came, you had multiple shootings, multiple robberies,
That's
multiple
true.
slashings, all type of shit. In this indictment, if you go read the indictment, every single of the 4 charges they have in this indictment that they're calling racketeering, all of them is the FBG Duck murder. And that's not going to work in no federal courthouse with no racketeering. These boys have a very good chance of beating this shit. If them niggas keep their mouth closed, they got an extremely good chance of beating this shit.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Talk to him.
All right, Phoenix, you there?
I'm here. I'm not. I'm kind of listening. I
Okay,
heard.
okay.
I heard some of what Lamonte was saying. I don't know this case, but I will just weigh in to say, um, that oftentimes that is one of the legal strategies that investigators use, which is to come and ask, a potential defendant about, to give a voluntary statement. And at that point, you really should not give any voluntary statements because it is true that in a lot of cases, if they had a probable cause to arrest you, they would have already. So I've had that in some of my cases where I have not made my client available to law enforcement for an interview, and as such, charges were not brought against them. They do weigh, and rely heavily on people to seal their own fate basically by running their mouth. So, as an attorney in North Carolina, I do give the advice that people should basically just shut the fuck up. I don't know if
Hey,
that's helpful.
yeah.
Seems to be common knowledge, but you know, good sense is not common.
Hey, she said some
Right.
real shit. Don't say
They
nothing.
seeking the
Um,
death penalty for them too right now.
so not saying nothing is the key. I've heard that many times, and if you ever been in the positions, if you shut the fuck up, you know what I mean. 72 hours, you out of there. You know what I mean? Fuck on, go about your day. And so you can't fold under pressure. You gotta, stand tall and know, like, man, I ain't did shit. I'm solid. I ain't gotta speak on nothing. You know what I mean? Not no disassociating yourself, saying I don't know nothing. Don't say nothing. James, you there? Uh, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Javi or Have? Javi,
It's Javi.
Javi. Are you there? All right, Liberty, you there?
Man, you know it. Hey,
Man, talk about it, man. What's your point of view on it, man?
I feel like it could go either way. I mean, like I said the other day, I think the feds got the blueprint to how to flip these guys. They let them get a good taste of their money, and then they threaten to take everything away from them. In Durk's case, he got a couple little kids on the line too. You know what I mean? Um, However, when he was with that case with Vaughn, they stayed solid. He didn't say nothing. They ran that shit through trial and they beat the odds. So I think he has the fortitude to be quiet, but then at the same time, I mean it just depends on what they threaten to take away from him. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Okay. Uh, Gorilla Hebrew, you there?
Yeah, I'm in the building.
All right, man. You see the topic, man. If the feds come holler at Lil Durk, will Durk yo stay silent? Fox 23 News out of Chicago report that they snatched up 5 alleged O Block members on. What does it say? It says according to a federal racketeering indictment unsealed on Wednesday. They released the names. People say Durk been talking that shit about Duck, and now they saying 5 alleged old block members. If they come holler at him, because if you know how I go in the hood, if they come pick you up and talk to you, and you don't go to jail, they automatically gonna say, "Oh, he talking," right? What's your point of view, man? You think if he gets snatched up, man, you think he gonna stay silent?
Um, me personally, I think it could go either way. The brother Ghost, he brought up some good points. I see this indictment evolving rapidly though. Um, a lot of people may not have all the familiarity with the situation. But what I can tell you is what the Fed certainly can do is charge a whole lot more bodies than FBG ducks to this situation. A whole lot more bodies. Um, So this thing can rapidly snowball. They go and pick up 5 dudes. Okay, that's cool initially. Um, And I don't believe somebody said that that Von and Durk with that little situation. I don't think that situation in Atlanta is over. I don't think so. And even if it is, that doesn't mean the Fed still can't charge them for that attempted murder that happened here in Atlanta and add that into the RICO. You could beat it in a state court and still go to the federal court about it and be charged with it as a RICO. We just saw this. The East Coasters just went through that last year in LA where they beat cases in state court and it's still been charged as a part of a RICO. Right? So all that is still in the air. There's a lot of ways that this situation could go. Now, I'm not gonna say that I think Dirk is gonna tell. It's possible. Um, but it could go either way. Me personally, I didn't think 6ix9ine was gonna tell. Honestly, I didn't think of who he can tell on because I figured he would be the fall guy. Um, if and here's the question: can anybody tell me who's read the indictment? Because I haven't read it yet. I saw it, but I haven't read it yet. Who's the Godfather?
It is no Godfather. This Ghost. That's why I was saying a lot of the
See,
things I was saying, bro. The
yeah, but
feds
Ghost, that's the
squeezed the
problem.
trigger so quick on that shit, bro.
That may be what it seems like. If there's no Godfather on that paperwork, I bet you Dirk gets charged as a Godfather. Then he has nobody to tell on. See what I'm saying? Then he's really screwed. And that's my hypothesis is that they're gonna charge Dirk as a Godfather, as the money man, as if they have him giving any type of order to do anything to anybody, he's fucked. Just a concrete of him giving any type of order for anything to happen to anybody and anything happening to him. Any money changing hands around the time of a homicide, coupled with his rap lyrics, I'm telling y'all now, he's done if that happens. But that,
I like that point too.
All right, so welcome to the room, Trolls Nation on the Clubhouse app. Troll up top, hit the greenhouse, join the club, follow the mods. Y'all see the topic. So we're gonna go ahead and popcorn it around,
Man,
man. If anyone wants to expound on anything, because as of now, this everyone on stage is like half and half. Some say for sure, some say no, some say they in the middle. Um, any more knowledge anyone has on
Hey
why he
yo,
gonna stay solid or why he for sure gonna tell? Because there's people on here who said nah, for sure he gonna tell. They convinced like if he get caught up and they put him in some type of Godfather type seed or any type of weird shit that he's gonna flip. So popcorn. So who wanna go?
can I go?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ice. You got it.
Hey, I don't think they gonna be able to time to it, man. Because if you watch, you remember when Bond went back to old block with all that money, you could hear one of the dudes in the background saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna get two for this." So I'm thinking it was Bond paying them niggas to knock them niggas off up there.
Von ain't had enough money to pay for all them bodies. That's the problem. Von ain't have enough money to pay for Duck Body. I guarantee.
And not only that,
I
Ice,
I
it's
don't
gonna
know
be.
about that one. I don't know
You know,
about that one.
but my
Do
thing
do
is
you know how
this,
much
right?
money they had to pay for for Duck Body?
No, my thing is this though. Even if Vaughn was paying, who's paying Vaughn? You know what I'm saying? It's always
Exactly.
that Godfather, bro. It's always the man up top. It's always the man up top, and that's even worse for Dirk if Vaughn the one who's doing it because Vaughn is clearly the closest to Dirk to make these decisions.
True
Vaughn
that.
not giving out these O chains. Dirk giving out O chains to Vaughn to give to these niggas. It's always that top dude. It's always gonna be a top dude. Somebody got to go down for the Godfather.
Nobody, no, Dirk has nobody to tell on. I'm telling you,
Yeah, it's all.
him,
That's a good point.
him telling, him telling on somebody is real. Like the Feds got a 99 or 98%. Know what I mean, a rate of. Know what I mean, he has nobody to tell on, bro. I mean, he's the money
Okay,
trail. They're looking at the
oh,
money trail.
Really,
okay,
really, the
you
question
can.
should be who's gonna tell on him.
So what about 600 Breezy?
That's
Nah, he's
600.
a
So,
That's not O Block. You got to
Yeah,
understand.
that's
They're
the
yeah.
part
charging.
of the crew.
They're
but they're
charging.
still friends.
Nah, it ain't about friends. They're charging an organization. The gang is. Oh, they're charging O Block. They're not charging 59th and 60th Street. They charging
Yeah,
64th and 60th.
600 got nothing to do with that.
If they was moving work, then he got somebody to tell on the Migo, you know.
That's a fair point. But that's only if Dirk is connected to the.
How
Well,
many? How
putting
many?
up the
How
money
many?
for it, he's connected. If they can show that he's putting up money for the hood to flip.
Exactly.
How many phone logs do Dirk got in the phone with the young boys? If it was a middleman, now I would see the middleman going to the big man, going down to Texas, going down to Mexico. But if Dirk don't have no call logs of these little niggas, like yeah, you handing out chains, all right, cool. But I'm on a whole different plateau. I don't talk to you little niggas every day. I might pop up, show up, whatever. I already know the feds is on. I already know. We know this shit. This ain't nothing new to a street nigga, bro. Niggas got fed charges, state charges, niggas in the county sitting.
Especially
Bro,
when you
we
just
know they
beat a
look.
body, bro. They're on
Yeah,
you
you
like
just beat it.
nothing.
You know the time. You know what type time we on. We know what type time you on.
Cause
Like we not.
Lil Durk been going through multiple cases, man. That he is showing that he's real active out here in these streets, and he ain't trying to let that shit go. Cause he's really catching cases that's proven that he's really out here. You feel me? No matter what situation it is, you still showing that you still active out here.
He just gave his girl a couple dollars for the niggas that bust in his crib. Now I'm saying whatever with his girl held it down or whatever, or that's the case. We're gonna go back to the case. His girl drew the gun, whatever, bust the shot or whatever. Whoop de whoop. Man, this nigga he has nobody to tell on. Niggas is after him because of the rep. Once you see, that's why you gotta understand, and everybody on the platform understand the things that you take in life. Everything ain't what it seems to be, man. And you around a whole lot of people, they're looking at you, but they want you to put that all that $1 million on red, and once it hit black, people start laughing at you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta want this shit for real. And if you want it for real, you know what I'm saying, you already know what it come with, man.
Try explaining that to some motherfuckers out in the boonies that never even met white people. I mean, black people before or ever had violence or a fight in their fucking life. Good luck with that one.
Another thing too, bro. Another thing that we not thinking about, right? In Chicago, everybody always points out the fact that it's a lot of murders. Them niggas shoot a lot. Them niggas kill a lot. But you know something that niggas don't point out is the fact that Chicago niggas beat a lot of fucking murder cases, bro.
Facts.
They beat a
Facts.
lot of fucking
They,
murder
they
cases.
beat
And I'm
him.
saying
They,
that to say this. Man, this case right here, man, this shit look real easy
But
if they
but
keep
but
their
go
fucking mouth shut, bro.
but Ghost also niggas don't bring up the fact that Chicago PD and Chicago District Attorney does not charge a lot of murders. They have a very bad conviction rate, and also they don't charge a lot of murders. I don't think that's on guys' ability to beat cases. I just think that's on poor management by the District Attorney's office. I've been in Chicago. I've been on 63rd. I've been to O Block. I've been to all these places. I've seen open air drug markets while the police are parked on the block watching it. There's a lack of care. When I went to Chicago, the police pulled us over, asked the driver of the car where the fuck his gun was. When he said it was in the trunk, the police said, "Motherfucker, had that shit on you," and drove off. That's just the culture of Chicago and how it's going down. It has nothing to do with these guys' ability to beat these murders. To be honest with you, now the feds are coming in. It's a different ball.
that's the DC. DC is
I
right
feel
next
you on
to
And
I
it.
of
feel you on
course,
That's
that.
I
DC.
have to
That's
I
the district.
say, I have to also say, I'm biased. I know I'm a lawyer, but it does, to some extent, come down to how good your attorney is and how hard they're willing to fight for you and how competent they are. So there's that. And then somebody else had mentioned, you know, that basically overcharging, and that is a strategy of prosecutors. You can overcharge just so that the person will be afraid enough to plea. And they do that a lot. Another thing that you have to take into consideration that affects whether or not a person is willing, to cooperate with the government is the fact that law enforcement is allowed to lie to you during the course of their investigation. So if, a detective is asking you a question and, saying, oh, well, Lamonte already told on you, that may not be true, which we know it probably wouldn't be true, but they're allowed to tell you that to get you to be like, oh man, well, okay, since he already told on me, here's what really happened. to get you to talk. So
That's
there are a lot of
important.
different factors that go into whether or not a person will talk. And of course, there's the natural human fear of whatever it is they're threatening you with, especially if it's a lie or if it's the effect of overcharging. What do you mean I'm going to do life in prison? That will scare anybody. So that will evoke the human emotion, the fear that oftentimes makes a person speak when in their rational mind they probably wouldn't have otherwise.
Miss Phoenix, what do you call the word enhancement? Like if I'm selling drugs, I sell you a gram every week for a year. Now we up to 50, whatever, 52 grams or whatever. Enhancement. The feds enhance cases. What do you call that? Like what do you see that in your cases as a lawyer?
What do you mean? What do I call it? I mean, it's an
Like
aggravating factor.
do you call it a building a case? Like if I was to sell you a gram every day for a year, and they'd be like, "Oh, you didn't just sell me a gram for a day. You
Can I,
sold me a gram for 365 days. So we're
can I
charging
answer?
you."
Can I answer that, Sauce?
Go ahead,
This is
bro.
this HG up top. What they do is, they put what's called, once they start the investigation and they want to keep getting something from you, but don't come get you. They put what's called a secret or a friendly indictment. Right now, it's a secret indictment. So number one, you don't even know you're indicted. They already indicted you after they get you on tape making the first sale. You're already indicted. But the reason why there's no grand jury or anything called is because they do it secretly. Nobody knows you're indicted yet. So what they do is, if they would say, for instance, they know they have the ability to keep getting drugs from you. I wouldn't necessarily call it an enhancement. I would just call it, every time you make a sale to them, you're digging yourself a hole. So when they get tired of, you, or if you lead them to somewhere else and the indictment drop, whatever it is that they got from you is what's going to be the weight. So if they got made 10
Exactly.
sales, and
Exactly. And I'm
if you
gonna
made
put it
10,
to you like this.
hold
We
on for a second.
and,
If you made 10
and I'm gonna
sales,
put it to and I'm gonna put it to you like this: in the beginning or the end of the year, when it comes that election time, what happens?
no, that's a fact in a lot of cases, and in a lot of places. When they want to get their conviction rates up, they look for all the cases that they view as airtight, and they put them all on the table, and they start prosecuting them. That's a fact in a lot of places. But to answer your question though, in a drug case, it's not, only time you get an enhancement is if you were selling drugs and then before they got you, somebody got killed, and then you was already indicted for the drugs. Now they enhanced the charge because a body got caught and you had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what an enhancement would come in that case. But when you selling illegal drugs, they just put like a little secret indictment on you, or friendly, they put a secret indictment on you, and then when they're ready to get you, they put what's called a friendly warrant on you, which means that any jurisdiction stops you, a warrant is going to pop up.
And that's
And
you got to put it out there for the panel also. If you're selling drugs, fellas out there, I don't know who's selling drugs, whatever. If you a felon and you get caught with a gun in the process of selling drugs, that's also an
that,
enhancement.
that's a time enhancement. That's
That
different from
depends on what
that's different.
city and state, though.
Yeah,
Depends on
exactly. That's why I
Now
said things is
we was
different from
talking
places.
about the feds, right? But know that that's also could be a different case. You could get the gun enhancement, or you could get the actual federal charge of 922G
Yeah,
or
yeah, up for the gun,
924C.
because the
That's
gun is going to be a
exactly
federal
right.
charge anyway.
they
Right.
gonna
Exactly.
give you
I
that
agree.
tax stamp on that though. That's when that tax stamp come in there and they gonna
But
hit you with that time.
But there's other enhancements. Depending on how much money you made, they can enhance you for that. If it's like a fraud case, if you're a gang member and you did a crime in a furtherance of a crime, you can get enhanced for that. There's so many different enhancements.
Facts. Even school.
Yeah, and
Oh
that's what
yeah,
I'm
that
saying. Like,
school zone enhancement is deadly.
yeah, definitely,
Right,
definitely. You could
right.
Oh,
but this is what I'm
employing
saying to you though. That's not exactly called an
employing a minor.
enhancement. That's just that's what they call an aggravating factor in a drug sale. Like
But
if you
that
make a drug
they
sale in a
enhance you
building.
for that specifically during sentences. We're talking about enhancements for sentencing purposes.
Oh yeah,
That's what enhancement is.
that's where I was getting at, Lamonte. That's what the part I'm talking about. Things like that become a factor when they're getting ready to sentence you. You get what I'm saying?
Correct.
So yeah, that's you absolutely right. That's the part I was getting to. You just beat me there.
So when you're dealing with charges, you deal with aggravating factors and you deal with mitigating factors.
Absolutely.
When you deal with sentencing, you deal with enhancements.
Correct.
And mind you, if they charge them for any dope, old block is in a school zone. That's what's the next door neighbor to them damn apartments is a school. So if they come with some dope charges, that could also be a factor. But also we gotta remember, even though Vaughn is dead, if they charging him with the RICO as a collective, any crimes Vaughn is committed, and you have to think about why would the CPD come out a couple months ago and blame him for somebody's body after he's dead, right? This all can be a part of the framework of the Fed case. That's why you got to pay
Great
attention to
point,
everything.
bro.
So,
These
Great.
guys,
yeah, so I don't know this case, but I'm just kind of picking up like what you guys are talking about. So if let's say three people are being charged with conspiracy to commit a felony, perhaps a violent crime, if any person is killed during the commission of that act, all co-conspirators can be charged with the underlying act, if that makes sense. So I don't know this case, but it's possible that that's what happened.
And there's the aid that they could be charged as if they didn't actually do it and Vaughn did it. They could be charged as an aider and better. They could be charged as accessory after the fact, or they could even be charged under what's called the Pinkerton theory of liability, right? Where it basically, if they convict you of the conspiracy first, then all they got to do is show that you did one act in furtherance of that conspiracy, whether it was to hide it, you knew about it, and you helped them escape, whatever it is,
And
right?
that's right. An act, like what you're saying, Lamont, you're so smart. And an act, it has to be a substantial step. So it has to be something that you consciously did in furtherance of the commission or to cover up that act.
The other thing too, Lamonte, that we didn't say when we both was making the same point, that also when we was talking about mitigating factors, that's also used at your bail hearing. So
Right,
if you
right.
do, if you make a drug sale in a school zone and all that, the prosecutor's bringing up all that. He made an X amount of drug sale. It was in a school zone. It was at this time of day. Like those are the things that, if you want to use the word enhancing, yeah, that'll enhance your bail.
Well, HG and Phoenix, y'all to really confirmed me. I thought it was either way. It's looking real bad for him, man.
But that's the whole thing, though. We just have to figure out and know what was. Maybe he had no level of involvement in the shit, and we all speculated. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what the dudes that got picked up tell the police too, whether Vaughn
Well,
has
how about
anything to
the
worry about or not.
how about the third party straw, the third party straw law? If you're going state to state and you're selling these things state to state, how
Oh
does the third
yeah,
party
yeah.
straw law work?
New York is going hard on those people right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you a resident of another state and you come to another state and you get caught with drugs and shit like that, New York gonna put your lights out anyway. I don't know what other. I did time in New York. I'm a hustler. I know a lot of the drug laws because I'm not an idiot. I knew what I was getting myself into. I would pick people's brains when they came home off of drug cases and shit like that, so I would know what was going on. Now, what you saying is what you were talking about in New York. I don't know how the other places would do, but New York overdo everything, yo. You get caught with anything in New York that New York deem is serious. They figure out every single law that they could charge you with if it's in the books and see what stick. That's just how New York do. I don't know what other states do. That's why you see they put Martha Stewart ass in jail. They found the way to lock her ass up. And you know how much money she got locked up for? $15,000.
And she got caught for lying, not even for the
But
money.
my point is, she got caught about lying and receiving and cashing out, but she only cashed out for $15,000.
Facts. Yeah, New
You
York
get what I'm
with the
saying? This is
yeah,
how New York play. This is how New York play. They don't give a fuck if they got a big fish on the line. Oh, they gonna figure out a way to make an example out of you. They do not give a fuck, yo. That's the one thing I can say about New York. They do not discriminate. You not coming to New York and thinking, or be a New Yorker and think you just gonna walk around and just do whatever you want to do. Yeah, it might look like that to the outside, but you ain't there when the motherfucker get caught. and you ain't caught with his ass, and you hear the type of shit they're gonna be charging the motherfucker with. It look like a free fall now, but go out there and try to be a free fall and get caught and see what happens.
Super
So
facts. That's what
And
happened. That's what's going on right now with the dudes from Brooklyn with the Blickies.
that's what
That's why they
perplexes me
trying to
about
change the
Jim Jones.
law and the straw purchasers, because all these guns are coming from New York to New York. They're not from New York. They get in the
third
United States, so
party,
they get in their
third
shorty.
party.
Yeah, the
Yep,
straw purchaser. That's what they call it,
yep.
straw purchaser.
Y'all get
And
Hey,
up
they get
on it.
their
Liberty.
Y'all get up
shorty.
on it.
They get their
Hold
shorty or
on
somebody
one
that don't
mic.
got a record. They get their shorty or somebody that don't got a record. They go to PA. They go down South Virginia or Maine, where all you need is an ID, where the super easy gun laws, and they just drive them
Facts.
back.
Hey,
So
one mic.
now they
Liberty.
going after those people.
Hold on. One mic. Liberty. What did you say?
I said, and that's what perplexes me about Jim Jones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Exactly. You made a very good point because we know how New York play. Is that a
Yes,
fact?
yes,
And if
yes.
you ain't playing, and if you ain't playing with them, what happens?
To most
Reason why you
people,
got real. That's the reason why you got real dudes. That's like, damn, yo, this shit look fucking shaky, and then it's New York. You get what I'm saying? That's why people have that reaction, like, damn, that's New York, and he ain't locked up, and
Yeah, nah,
everybody else is.
you ain't coming to New York playing stupid like that and thinking
Yeah,
you just untouchable.
yeah. New
Yeah,
York, you get
12,
caught with a gun,
12,
you're automatically doing a year.
nigga, 12 gonna look at you like, nigga, you either gonna get down or lay down, nigga. You gonna give us something, nigga, or you going up.
That's how New York look at it.
That's how New
And
York
that's
looking
why
at you.
real
But that's
that's
why
why
New
the
York,
real
if
motherfuckers
you
with
look at
sense is like, I don't know.
Nah, if you look at the rate, of motherfuckers that's getting locked up or whatever, bro, a lot of them niggas don't got the choice but to tell, nigga. It's even so that way they don't even get the charge that they supposed to get, bro. Niggas is taking pleas and telling on the low.
All right, I'm gonna reset the room. Welcome to
Wait,
Trolls
hold
Nation.
on.
If you're new to,
Everybody get the choice not to tell, my boy. What the
hey,
hell?
hold on. Let me reset the room. Welcome to
Nah, I
Trolls
know that.
Nation. If you're new to the room, welcome. Go ahead and troll up top. Hit the greenhouse. Join the club. Follow the moderators. You see the topic. If the feds come holler at Lil Durk, well, Durk, you'll stay silent. Shh. I'm gonna pass it to biggest. What does it say? Biggest four in them. Duh.
What's the
Go
word,
ahead. It's on
gang?
you, bro. What's happening, Brody?
Shit, now, shit, hell no. I'm from the rack, so hell no. I don't think Dirk gonna steal. Hell no. Shit. What he gonna tell for? What he gonna tell on? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they saying people might imply him into shit. They saying his rap lyrics is talking about Duck, and Duck mom been telling him to stop it. They saying he might be the money man providing shit, and they say when the feds crack in, it's different than state. They saying this could go bad for him if these niggas don't keep their mouths shut. That's what they saying. If they even imply him, or you know what I mean. Hey, you from Chicago, bro. You know more than me. How does the Fed? Well, shit. How is it in Chicago? Give me a little breakdown from what you know in these type of situations. Biggest phone them. You there?
Oh, my bad. I was talking and I was on mute, my bad. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
But yeah, shit, like I said, it's people like G Herbo, little cousin. He beat 4 murders. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about just being quiet, bro. Like they, I don't know they circle that much, like that close to say like they won't tell, but I don't think they gonna tell. You get what I'm saying? Because I know people who be around them, but I don't think they gonna tell, and I don't think Dirk gonna tell neither. Like if they even did come, everybody know what they signed up for in my city, bro. So that's why it really ain't a lot of them like like big situations of people talent and shit like that. Cause everybody know what they signed up for. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Everybody know.
Oh,
Like
oh, oh,
everybody
oh,
know.
oh, oh mind you though, I think one of them niggas they just put paperwork out like last
But
week
you
on
got
one of them
you
niggas
gotta
from the
read it.
O.
You gotta read it because like you gotta if you know court case, like if you know cases, appeal, your lawyer, they'll say anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Your
I'm with
lawyer,
you. I didn't read it, and I just seen
yeah, you just gotta read
they.
it because at the end of it's just some regular paperwork. It ain't even stating that he telling on nobody. People, the internet gonna put out some paperwork and say he telling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so what you saying is it was like a situation where the lawyer said something to get him off, He
Yeah,
didn't. It's not about him going and telling on somebody getting them locked up.
yeah, yeah. Basically, it's basically not putting the blame on him, but it's taking the blame off him. You
I'm
see what
with
I'm
you.
saying? Like type shit. But he ain't telling on him. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Shotty, you said, man, you ain't got no choice. Biggest four in them said
Oh yeah,
everybody got a choice.
yeah. Everybody got a choice, gang. They ask you. That's the first thing
Wait,
they
who was
ask you.
that that had said that again?
Snotty said, you ain't got no
Nah,
choice.
nah, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I was saying basically when niggas get locked up nowadays in New York, bro, in New York, everybody got a choice. You can shut the fuck up and go to your cell. Like everybody got that choice. But I'm saying, nigga, a lot of the times these niggas is coming home and it's because they taking pleas. These niggas is taking pleas and getting a lesser charge rather than getting taking what they were supposed to take and going to take a seat. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. But everybody got the
But
chance to
shit,
shut the
when you
fuck
know
up and
you
go to your cell.
when you know you guilty and they trying to give you a deal, why would you take the max? Shit.
Because
Exactly.
some niggas is slimy like that. That's what I'm saying. Though. That's my
Well,
point.
you ain't gotta tell on somebody to get a deal though. That's the point.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm
what
saying. You ain't got to
what
tell on nobody. You just they offer you that before you even, you know what I'm saying?
because they trying to save money and time of going to fucking trial. When I called my case, I was the last. All my code D, my crimies already got sentenced. You know what I'm saying? Before me, I still got a deal. I didn't have to say nothing to nobody about nobody. They just said, look, you could be out in this time and take this higher charge, or you can do more time and take a lesser charge. What you think I did, nigga? I'm trying to get out of jail. So shit, I took the strike in California.
Hey, moderators, when y'all see Charleston White come in, go ahead and pull him up. I just got word that he's finna come in. Um, Info Minds, what it do? Info Minds, you there?
Hey, Charleston White gonna say he
Nice.
gonna
He
Yo,
tell
stepped
yo,
out
on
the
you.
yo,
room.
Vic, I'm here, bro.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man. Welcome, Info Minds. If y'all don't know who he is, man, he got a real nice YouTube channel and platform he's been building up. Shout out to Timbo over there at Info Minds. So you see the topic, man. I know you be knowing about this shit, man. So, if the feds come holler at Lil Durk, man, will Durk yo stay silent? Do you believe you know what I mean? He gonna stay true to his morals, man, or do you think, man, he might do one of them shaky moves, man, or are you in the middle?
I'm probably in the middle, man. I mean, Dirk come from that. Like his father just came home from doing Wild Time. Like Dirk come from that. Dirk is not like he's probably his moral compass may be a little bit different than a lot of other guys just because he comes from that for real. You know what I mean? His father he come from around people that did Wild Time, so he got a different understanding of the system than your regular average Joe would. But I just think that fingers crossed that he got to separate himself from that shit, man. Because when the feds come, they already got their case proven. They not coming like the states. The states come, they lock you up, then they gonna prove their case. The feds do their homework first, and then they come get you.
Hmm.
Yeah, they don't
You
pull
feel
niggas
me?
in for questioning. The
And I
feds
would
don't pull
assume
people in
that
for questioning.
I really wish that some of these guys would have took heed from the Takashi case and understood that how the feds play and all that shit. You would think that these guys would have smartened up, but they still getting caught in the same thing. So it seems like nobody's learning lessons from what's going on. So fingers crossed for them, man. If they, they gonna have their day in court, man. Whatever the case may be, they gonna have their day in court, man. But I just hope that they, from seeing all that, this is see, to me, it's like lives is getting thrown away, bro. And the shit is sad.
No,
Word.
that's a fact. That's a fact, Info Minds. It's unfortunate. And I was just talking about that this morning, man. You know, when I got people that's in jail, man, fighting for their motherfucking freedom, right? And you know, it's always fucked up to lose a homie to jail for shit. But you know, you also got the victim in their family, and you know, it's a victory in their eyes. You know, no one wins. So somebody lost somebody, and then other people will lose people too, and be taken away from their family. So you know, yeah, it's definitely unfortunate, man. Um, yeah, man. Shit. Let's continue the popcorn. Anybody else got anything to say? Oh, Info Minds. When you see, do you know if he's coming in right now? Oh, he already on the phone. Or yeah. So, anybody else want to expound on it, man? Like, see, because people's point of views change when you hear more information. We got a lawyer in here. She's giving you her expertise opinion. You know, go ahead.
All I was gonna say was piggyback on what Info Mind said. With the feds, they and somebody said it earlier, their conviction rate is 99 or 98%.
It's like
The
91.
reason why they, yeah, the reason why they have these 14, 24 months, these long investigations is because when they come down on you, that case is done. They already know the answers they want to know. They got all the cases they want to do, wiretaps, informants. So that's why their investigations take long and that's why their conviction rate is so high. Because when they're hitting these dudes with their number, they either plead out or they just have an airtight case.
Yeah, but like Timbo said, Timbo made a point about separation, and that's an interesting point because it's we got a culture where it's some damned if you do, damned if you don't type shit, right? Because think about this. Young Jeezy separated himself with the whole BMF situation, and he gets ridiculed for it. You know what I'm saying? People talk shit. Oh, he ain't keep it real. He ain't a real nigga. This, and that. But what he is a nigga that didn't tell on nobody, right? And didn't have to go to jail, but he separated himself from that whole situation. But he gets faulted. Even the situation like when Spider Loc resurfaced on the internet within the last couple years, he really went in on, 50 Cent for kind of abandoning him and not being there for him and, fucking up his career, et cetera, et cetera. But when you actually understand what was going on, when you had a group of niggas running around LA really claiming G Unit Crip, that's real gang members that was doing real crime, and a federal indictment being looming had a lot to do with why 50 Cent separated himself from Spider Loc, but he gets faulted for that. You see what I'm saying? So that's an interesting point is that whole concept of separation, but then you get ridiculed for separating. You'll get ridiculed for snitching. If you're in jail, you're stupid, right? You done fucked and fumbled your bag up. So it's a cold scenario that you put yourself in these situations no matter what.
And Puff separated himself from Shine. Like separation is just a thing. You know what I'm saying? But I guess the moral story for this point right here is the feds don't bring people in for questioning. They don't waste their time asking you shit. They know you gonna lie when you come in. So they wait until they can ask you the questions that they already know the answers to. And when you answer them wrong, they got you.
Unless
You
he
know what I'm
Jim
saying?
Jones.
Yeah. And the favorite tool is the perjury, the lying, because they know
Yeah.
more than
If
likely you're
they
gonna
can, if
lie,
they
so
can't
they
get you
hit
on
you
anything else, they
right
can
in.
always say,
Yep.
"Well, he lied."
But y'all don't see the domino effect that happened ever since Takashi, the whole Treyway shit. Look how many rap crews got infiltrated by the feds. Look how many young boys is in jail right now. Look at Fredo, what's his name? Fredo Bang, NBA young boy. Fabio just got out the
Cause they
feds.
tired, cause they tired of all this shit going on. They like, we just gonna dismantle everything.
Yeah,
Pooh
So
another
they just
Shiesty.
been going crazy, man. So
yo,
nobody taking heed. Ain't nobody
we
learning
gotta
nothing.
we gotta all agree though. A lot of these dudes, I say a lot, the majority, they snitch on themselves posting these videos. It's crazy,
Hey
like
yo,
stuff that goes on, and it's
Now,
I told
crazy.
I
self
told
snitch.
my bad.
Nah, my fault. I shouldn't have talked to you, but I'm saying self snitching is an epidemic, man. World star hip hop, all that shit, all this computer age, everybody's got a phone. Braggadocious and post all their fucking their good online and all their fucking guns online. Everybody wants to, man, all that self snitching. That's what really taking these young boys down.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
Hey yo,
fact. That's what it is.
hey yo,
They doing
hey,
themselves
hey,
in.
hey yo. I was telling dudes yesterday. I be behind the scenes talking to people, and one of the people that I be talking to, this HG up top. One of the people that I be talking to is my boy Academics, right? This nigga said you'll be amazed how many videos he get of motherfuckers committing actual crimes, asking him to find a way to post it.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers is doing anything for fucking clout, yo. Like motherfuckers is getting a videotape of a crime that they committed and trying to sell it to act or get act to not even sell it to them, just get them to post it. Just so they can get a name. Like the shit is it's almost like a sickness. It's starting to turn into like a sickness, this clout chasing shit.
Well, what
It
it
is.
is
It's
is some.
narcissism.
It's really you got to understand it's a lot deeper than we really be talking about. Like it's really a childlike thing. You want to be associated with certain things for the validation of your peers, right? And this whole real nigga street nigga shit has been glorified so much that people are going out of their way to get that association to try to show off so people associate them with that term. So in their minds, they're validated to other people. It's really validation seeking. And it's just kind of where the culture has, where the culture is. And that's highly influenced, you know what I'm saying, through the music. A lot of niggas, they don't have good sense. Like Reek, y'all see CEO Reek up top. I've been knowing this brother for years. I ain't heard him really talk about no street shit up on Clubhouse. Nobody really ever heard me talk about no street shit on Clubhouse. You know why? Because this is the internet. Why would we do that? That's
Sure.
retarded. You see what I'm
I
saying?
say all,
But
I say
niggas
all the
do it.
time. I say that shit all the time. Like the shit I could talk about, the stories I got, but I know I still have to walk the street. You know what I'm saying? With motherfuckers that's still here. So it's not beneficial to me to be on here being a known voice or whatever the case may be to talk about shit that motherfuckers ain't talking about. Like that's just not my job or my thing.
Yeah, not even that, Harlem. But we know that these conversations be on YouTube, so you know they being recorded and you know they being monitored. So why would you snitch on
And but
yourself?
most importantly, they're being heard by somebody.
Yep.
All right, welcome to Trolls Nation. If you're new to the room, welcome. Go ahead and troll up top, hit the greenhouse, join the club, follow the moderators. And I just got word that the Trolls Nation video with WACK 100 Spider Loc topic that just happened is on YouTube. It has been uploaded. So go ahead and
Yo,
go to Trolls Nation YouTube channel and subscribe. Go ahead. So,
just touched on that.
hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we hear you. Shit got dead for a
Yeah,
second.
so yeah, for sure. So check this out. Let's expound on if you even have any contact with with the feds, right? People are gonna automatically assume that you did something dirty if you don't go, right? But that's not necessarily true. Would y'all agree?
I agree.
I agree 100%.
Because a person, because they could think they have, they if they think they have, they could think they have the answers. But what gets motherfuckers is when you confirm them. If you don't confirm them, it kind of makes it hard. If they ain't got if they got a couple of people in there saying, "Oh yeah, well, we just spoke to such and such and such and such, and they said that you did X Y Z and you paid for this that and the third," you can be like, "You need to go in there and slap them motherfuckers for lying to you because I ain't did shit." You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't confirm or fall into no motherfucking trick, you can walk out the door with no problem. That's where a lot of people get it fucked up at. Just because they say, "Oh yeah, we got them," but if you ain't giving them nothing yourself, you know what I'm saying? They'll take it as far as they take it, but then they have to view or weigh the evidence that they have against you. And sometimes, if you didn't incriminate yourself or say anything, it don't hold the weight that you think it has.
Can I say something?
Please
Absolutely.
do.
Um, it takes with two. If you got two people confirming one fact, that's enough to indict. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So,
Absolutely.
but if it's just one person saying, "Oh, he sold me this dope," and they don't got nothing, you know, you be shooting yourself in the foot if you say anything. Period. Let alone when it's only one person, and then they gonna lie to you about what they got. The best thing is just not to even think you smarter than them when this is what they get paid for, and shut your mouth. Whatever they
That's what,
got, whatever gonna
that's a
happen,
fact.
gonna happen.
That's a fact. You can get indicted and get the case, and the case get dropped too. So
Well, and that also includes if you're asked a question, you know that's an impossibility. Um, you don't have to sit there and deny it. You just don't say anything because
just don't say nothing.
your body language can also be
Yeah.
evidence, right? So if you're a person who twitches when you lie or
Don't
appears
say
nervous
shit.
on camera, you know, just don't say anything and lawyer up, lawyer up. And I just want to say my disclaimer, none of my comments are made for the purpose of assisting anybody to commit crimes, but solely for the purpose of people knowing their rights and exercising them.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Who else got something to say?
Man, as soon as I said Charleston White finna come in, somebody said, "Oh man, he gonna say Durk gonna snitch." People are already speaking for what Charleston White gonna say.
You know he
Oh,
is
we don't know what he gonna say. He might say no, man.
though.
Temp,
I guess we gonna have to wait.
info minds.
Yo, yeah, he just getting himself together, man. He getting himself together.
Getting this cup of Joe. Getting ready, huh?
Getting himself together right now. But make sure everybody that come in the room, like we trying to build a we trying to build our followers, so we appreciate it if y'all will follow myself and follow Charleston when he come in the room.
Yeah, definitely follow that InfoMinds platform. You know what I'm saying? He's on Clubhouse right now. You know what I'm saying? He works in conjunction with Trollz Nation. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have something over here, and then other times we have something over in InfoMinds and shit.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm
info
saying? So make
minds
sure
is
you follow.
legit.
Yeah, make sure you follow him when you following us too. You know what I'm saying? Because he's part of the team. So he definitely gets busy. Sometimes we work together. We do joint joint questioning sessions, Q&As and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We scratch each other's back. So we appreciate it if you help out too.
Yeah, no, I definitely like info minds. What I don't like is Prophet Muscle, the illegitimate son of Roy Jones. He always got some clickbait
Oh,
shit.
oh
That
yeah, Death
shit
of the
be
Cloud
so.
Chaser too. Definitely follow that Death of the Cloud Chaser. Pardon me, pardon self, Reed. Definitely follow that Death of the Cloud Chaser. He definitely be in the building. He definitely help us out on shit. We definitely work with him. He definitely is our blogger and shit like that. So definitely make sure you follow Death of a Cloud Chaser. He got similar content, shit that you would like to hear, shit that we talk about. He got some of our stuff on there that you probably ain't hear or see or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely go to Death of a Cloud Chaser, Info Minds, Trollz Nation, YouTube. InfoMinds Clubhouse. Follow Trollz Nation on Clubhouse. Follow Sleepless because we gets busy.
Nah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, so man, everybody then came with some great answers. Everybody then gave us their point of view. Um, it seemed like, man, for the most part, uh, it's still 50-50. Um, originally everyone before the room was made, most people was like, nah, hell no. For some reason, a lot of people who speak about the entertainers, they don't even know these people personally. They just, go off what they hear and what they see for the most part, and put it like that. I imagine there's a lot of people who done went bad that people would have said like, man, I would have never thought he would have went bad. Like this nigga was so tapped in, his family, everything, and brothers still go bad. You feel me? Going bad is a decision that if you do make it, you live with that type shit. I think just like how I felt about the Jim Jones thing. I hope all his shit, you know what I mean, legit. Nothing look funny. You feel me? Because I'm a Jim Jones fan. You feel me? I grew up around the Dipset shit, but you know, it's like the entertainment industry and then the streets. You know, it's a balance between the two in regards to fans and how we view them. They tell us about their personal life and their songs. We see them get caught up in some situations. We see them go to jail. They do their little time. They come out. They get celebrated for committing crime and coming home and beating shit, whatever the case may be. Um, they talk about it, they brag about it, and they're regarded as like the voices of the streets, the voices of the people. Like I said, if you don't live in the hood, you might not have a lot of dead homies. You might not have been to a lot of funerals since you was in middle school. You might not have never been shot at, right? So everyone's experience in the United States or in the world is not going to be the same. I told y'all not until I traveled and moved around, That's when I finally realized that my experience that I've had on Earth is not everybody else's experience. Everybody don't go through that shit, and you think when you grow up in a particular area your whole damn life, it's like that for everybody. We all go through that, but that's not the case. It's a big world out there, and you know there's many choices available to you if you do want to do something better, if you do want to elevate from the situation that you may be in. It's always blamed on, you know, it's the environment. You know, I grew up over here. This is just how I go. You know, it's a lot of brothers who lived in the environment, man, who did not take that path. You feel me? And you know, they went to do bigger and better things than linger around in the hood, advocating for violence and shit like that. So, you know, just things that we want to keep in mind and keep in consideration, man, when we put the stamp and we vouch and we stand up for these entertainers and people that we don't know. Um, we got our own problems and our own people going through situations in our area. We got people who do too much talking, and you know what I mean. They come around you, and you know he a talkative ass person. He couldn't hold water, and then you know you talking around him, and he take your information back, and he go tell this shit to somebody else, and they tell this shit to somebody else, and before you know it, the only person you can blame is yourself. Like I said, man, if you don't do no crime, you don't put yourself in a position to get caught up in anything, you ain't gotta worry about nobody telling on you. You know why? Cause you ain't did shit. Motherfuckers be mad at the person who give people up when that pressure get on them, but you know what I mean, lose sight that nigga. You didn't have to be up in the mix. How about you not commit no motherfucking crime and just go get this shit the right way? How about you elevate from that? How about you grow up out of that? You feel me? You only worry and raise concern and get the hiding shit and doing shit and running when you're doing shit that you ain't supposed to be doing. Charleston White, welcome to the building. Charleston, you there? Shit, this shit logged off. I don't know. Um, yeah. So,
This shit should say Texas nigga.
huh?
This shit should say Texas nigga.
Oh, that's his name.
Yeah, it's Charleston White, Texas nigga.
Oh,
So
okay. Somebody just popped in with a fake one. Then.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, moderators, y'all see what his say? Texas nigga.
Yeah,
Make sure y'all see
yeah,
that.
nah, because I
Y'all.
saw that.
I'm
I saw
dead.
that too. Dude popped in with a C on it, with a C under his shit, looking like Charleston White. Then he popped out.
Wow.
Facts. Hey, these people be working quick, man. They work quick. Hey, this clubhouse shit, boy, this shit get creepy.
Facts.
Y'all be careful on this damn app. This shit creepy. Hey, for real.
Yeah, be careful, Rick. We don't need you to be fucking panicking again, bro.
Man, you know, you gotta be careful on this joint, man. These motherfuckers be doing the works, man. Telling you, y'all don't know how many people mad about that Jim Jones shit I be talking about. Boy, they hate me for that shit. Keep telling them I like Gorilla Hebrew. I tell them when we like the music, we fuck with it heavy, but we ain't gonna turn our eye away from some shit that looks
I
suspect,
I
right?
I I just can't. I can't get away from the fact that you giving orders to the kingpin of an indictment. I can't get away from that. If he's the kingpin, you the goddamn godfather.
Man, yeah, that shit that shit is sketchy.
And
And
that
you know,
shit
Yo,
we
hurt.
fuck with his
hey
We love
yo,
you.
if everybody is standing on the corner and looking at a mountain that's got smoke coming from it, can can somebody come to the corner and say that that's not smoke, that's rain? Everybody see the shit. Like,
man. Yeah, man. Hey, I don't know, and it's only New Yorkers that's really defending him, Gorilla Hebrew. It's only the New Yorkers.
Yeah, they got
Nobody from
that
nowhere
bias.
else is mad at me.
And
Oh,
the
God.
cold thing is though, like even if you factor in 6ix9ine, like you know, 6ix9ine going bad. When 6ix9ine's on that yacht in Miami, you think he feel like he made the wrong choice? Of course not. And sometimes that's what motivates people to do that. That's why you can't really put it past nobody. I remember when I went down, I just knew. I just knew my crime he's told. I just knew it 100%. I just knew it. Um, And I was happy when I got my discovery and see who told on me and see it wasn't my crime. That was, it was a relief. You know what I'm saying? But you really can't put it past nobody because, people love their life and they want to live it and they feel like going and having to sit up in that cell, that's going to take away from their life, especially somebody who got M's, right? At the end of the day, even let's say if Durk whole career would be over by him doing it, which it really wouldn't. He could, he could do something, and somebody will still stream his shit. But you know, living your life out beats life in the feds because there's a body. This is different than the Treyway indictment because there's a body, right? That's the first charge is a body. Now maybe Lil Durk never gets charged with it. Maybe Lil Durk gave him some information that helped them in getting this to where they just gonna keep the heat up off of him as a confidential informant, right? That's all possible, and that could be motivated by his want and desire to live his life and live lavish and live luxury, and that right there, that'll motivate a lot of people to open.
That is a fact. That is 100% fact.
Man,
You got a point
not
there.
Dirk, yo. Not Dirk, yo.
That's what they saying too, not Durkee, because they really be hearing these rap lyrics, man, and they really, a lot of people are really hypnotized by certain like as far as like the Durk and Von stuff. I ain't never seen so many people hypnotized by niggas lyrics in my whole life. Like people really like, man, these guys are, they talking about these dudes like they the biggest killer. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I done been up over there and on 63rd, them niggas is hanging out broad daylight on that block. They not up in them buildings behind them gates. You see what I'm saying? They not ducking nothing, etc. But you let people hypnotize you by these lyrics, you feel like they done turn something into a ghost town that's really not. You know what I'm saying? But what separates the two is one of them got on and got a huge bag behind him through Durk. So do we think that he might not potentially be compromised by this? I don't think that's realistic. If he don't end up going down, and I don't wish jail on nobody outside of child molesters, because you know what I'm saying, we know what that is. But I don't wish jail on nobody. But if he don't go down, if they don't charge him, I think there possibly may be a fact that he may gave some confidential information that kept that heat up.
Why would
You
you
know,
say that? I don't disagree with you, but can you elaborate more on that? Because some people think like if he don't get caught, like if he don't go down, then it's just him not being a part of it.
Just cause how the feds work. Even if you watch a movie like The Departed, right? You remember the movie Departed, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt
Hmm.
Damon, right? Um, what's my man? Jack Nicholson. What's the one be sitting on the court side at the Laker games? I
Jack
forget his damn
Nicholson.
name.
Jack.
Jack Nicholson, right? Remember his character, he was the Irish mob boss. And then they niggas confronted him like, yo, you've been a confidential informant for the feds the whole time. And he looked at him like, duh, like that's how this shit works. Whoever is the top nigga at this level, he better be talking to the feds, or else the feds is gonna come get him. So, just using that kind of as a frame of, as a pop culture frame of reference to look at. Sometimes the guys that don't go down, they're not going down because they're giving confidential information the whole time.
Yo, yeah, I want to say appreciate y'all for bringing me up. This is my first time in here. I actually joined joined as a member about 30 minutes ago. Man, I'd be YouTubing things about WACK 100 just because I agree with a lot of things that he speak on, and I came across when he was actually speaking about y'all was creating this room, and he was going to be in here speaking on a lot of things. I feel like WACK is what the game been missing. You got an OG that's experienced the streets, the gang life, prison, the industry, and more. And he's speaking against a lot of things that a lot of people know and say behind closed doors, but they act dumbfounded. Like they go against it if somebody speak about it in public. He reminds me of the black sheep. And the thing is, it's not hating if you're telling the truth about something. I feel the same way about Charleston White.
You know, you got to respect people who went through a lot in life and got a lot of knowledge and experience instead of bashing them because they speaking against negativity in the hood. We're not taught education. We're not taught how to own stores. We're not taught how to own restaurants and real estate in the hood. It's just the same old, same old. And I coach. I work with kids. Um, my father, he just passed. He was doing a good deed. He got a real pass in the history as well. And again, I respect it, man. Like this is what the internet has been missing. I appreciate you guys for being stand up brothers, not tolerating no nonsense. Cause that's all I seen on this app since I joined. I'm new to this, and I actually joined it when WACK was doing the stuff with Takashi and all that. I'm like, what's going on with this? So I downloaded the app. So I'm glad that y'all pulled me up. And again, I respect everything y'all got going.
Here, bro.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, boom. Hey, welcome to the room, everybody. Especially if you new. I see a lot of new people in the audience. People in the audience in the goo. If you want to come up, just raise your hand. You know, just come respectfully, by all means. Welcome to Trolls Nation. If you're new to the room, troll up top. Hit that greenhouse. Join the club. Follow the moderators on stage. You know what? Fuck it. Follow everybody on stage. We all lit. And especially if you're on stage, you should be joined in the club. And you should be following some moderators. Boom. So you see the topic, man. If the feds come holler at Lil Durk, would Durk stay silent? So we agreed. Well, for the majority, we agreed he ain't got nothing to say. Ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't about him. Then you got a lot of people that say, you know, he might get caught up in the mix. Everyone's undecided on what's going on. If you knew to what's going on, let me go ahead and fill you in. According to Fox 23, out of Chicago. Fox 32 out of Chicago says feds charge 5 alleged O Block gang members in fatal shooting of Chicago rapper FBG Duck. It says 5 alleged O Block gang members have been charged in the August 2020 murder of Chicago rapper FBG Duck, according to a federal racketeering indictment unsealed Wednesday. Right? So, yeah, that's what's going on right now, man. If you got something to say, we already went down the panel. Mr. Breeze, I noticed you wasn't here. You got anything you want to chime in on this? Mr. Breeze, you there?
I know brother Shy 120 just was down too. He just got up
Peace,
here.
Shy
Shaw.
120.
Mhm.
Shy 120. What's the deal?
Yeah, what's going on, my brother?
Oh man, I'm chilling, Brody. I'm chilling. Anything you want to add to this, man? Your opinion, man? You think if they snatch up the rapper Lil Durk, man, you think he'll stay solid like his music is?
Man, you know me. Quieta la boca, you heard? Like, you know, anything possible. I like what Homeboy was talking about, though. That's real. You know, we don't know who working with the feds right now, y'all. Honestly, man, like that's real talk shit. Like, we don't know what niggas that's into that music is into other things too, you heard? Like, so. He basically touched every angle of that. Like, it's nothing else that can be said about that. That's the reality. Like, who knows what happens behind closed doors? You know what I mean? For real. Only person that's gonna know is the feds and that person. So we'll never know. You know what I mean? Now if they put him on Front Street, I don't know, man. I'm gonna show you the funny shit with that. I think a lot of things will be going through his mind. The legacy, the this, the that. It's gonna be a lot of weighing and judging on that at that day should come where they snatch him, you heard? Because he gonna have a lot to figure out. He gonna get with this or he gonna get with that. Y'all know how this shit go, man. But
Shout out
that's
to
my only.
Black Sheep.
Yeah, you know that. Shout out to Black Sheep, and that's the only thing that I can see, man. Like, you never know what man do behind closed doors. People talk about the next motherfucker and all that, then they get put in that position, and they be the same kind of motherfucker, you heard? So, mad shout outs to all the brothers and sisters that's on here today, man. Mad shout outs to you, Mr. C.O. Reed. You already know, man. I be loving the topics. You know what I mean? Be definitely something,
Facts.
something, something,
Appreciate you.
something to think about, something to dwell on. Because here it is, motherfuckers quick to point the finger at other motherfuckers until that finger's pointed at them. Now, hopefully it don't get pointed at them, but if it do, we get to see exactly what's what. You know what I mean? You know?
Facts, man.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
sad
I
thing. If it do
feel.
happen that way, which I hope it don't, but if it do, we'll get to see if he's just, you understand me? Like Son said, so many people be believing these lyrics, man, that it gets me disgusted, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Music has changed so much, man, and the evolution, it is an evolution. It went backwards. It did. Like it was a time where LL he was battling 20 niggas, and after that they called it a night. You know what I mean? You know, it was times that everybody square was challenged in this hip hop shit, and niggas battled back verbally. Now niggas is doing what they saying in their lyrics, and then they telling the next day on the media. You know what I mean? So it's a different era, man. Like who knows what might happen, but I know one thing: most of these motherfuckers that's kicking that kill, 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 murder, murder, murder shit, it ain't that way when the shoe is on the other foot. And I'm gonna tell y'all, all y'all that's on this line know that it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Fact,
And not
big
only
fact,
that,
a big fact.
and I say this too, because I heard a lot of people say that, like Durk ain't got nothing to tell on. Because to me, I feel like if he go down, he's going down as the big fish. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. He don't have nobody else to tell on because he gonna be that guy. You know what I mean? So that's my take on that situation.
Not Durk, yo. Not Durk, yo. I'm starting to be more biased, man. I'm starting to think a lot of people do bring up some good points, man. Look who his dad is. Look where he coming from. He ain't new to this. He know the code. He know the code. Could I bet $1 million that he ain't?
Hey,
No. Can't bet a
one
million
thing.
dollars that he ain't.
Hey, Rick. One thing too, though. I don't think his dad would be putting that incriminating shit in his lyrics either, though. Like I know he is his father's son, but I doubt his dad be incriminating himself in the music.
Yeah, and his dad didn't have what he had, which was a legitimate stream of millions of dollars. And that's what I was speaking to, was like at what separates it is this love of a man's own life that he has, and man, walk away for millions of dollars to do decades in the feds. That's a decision that may be hard for him to make.
Even when he already made that decision and kept it G on one murder, that was one time.
Well,
Things
nah.
change. It's like
I
a
don't I
motherfucker.
don't people are talking about him beating that. I don't think he beat that case. I think that case is still open. You got to understand, Atlanta courts have been I got two cases in Atlanta, and I haven't there's been zero movement on them at all. So I don't people talking about that case, I don't think that case has been beat.
Are you talking about the one with Vaughn?
Yeah, him and Vaughn.
Yeah, that's not closed yet.
See what I'm saying?
Oh,
So we don't know if he did that.
right.
In that case, that's just another crime that they're going to add to the Rico.
Exactly. Because they could add crimes from different states because it's a federal law.
Yeah, it's not looking good. But just because his father is a stand-up dude, don't necessarily mean that when it comes up to him, that he's gonna stand up too, man.
That's a fact.
Dudes, you got some motherfuckers who don't even like their father, but in this case, he does, and he looks up to him. But do you think he values his father, how his father looks at him more than he values his kid, his mother, his lifestyle,
His
his
money.
girl? So, it depends. Everybody has a different value system.
Yeah, and you gotta think about it. How many niggas we know that's G's and their kids is not? You feel me? Like their kids is soft or their kids is marks. Like that's a real thing. That really do be
Right.
Even John Gotti Jr. flipped. while his dad was on his deathbed telling him from the penitentiary not to do it.
Damn.
Uh, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I got this. It says this article is from August 25th, 2021, xxmag.com. Says Lil Durk says police are using fake social media accounts to incriminate people. Lil Durk is calling out the police alleged deceptive use of social media accounts on Wednesday, August 25th. Durk posted a tweet putting cops on blast who use fake accounts online as means of implicating people. He said, police be on these fake accounts, then boom, you locked up, Durkio type. You can see the tweet here at the bottom. It says it's unclear if a particular incident prompted the tweet or if Durk was just making a general statement. Durk has had his own issues with the law. In May of 2019, he was hit with 5 felony charges for his alleged role in a shooting that left one man shot in Atlanta. February of that year, the charges include criminal attempted to commit murder, aggravated assault, unlawful for employed by associated with criminal street gang to conduct, participate in a crime, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The attempted murder case, which the late King Von was also accused having a role in, is still pending in the Atlanta judicial system.
See
I
that
think
that's pending, and like we said earlier, they could charge people with Vaughn's crimes. They done acknowledged CPD done acknowledged and put the fault of Ki's murder on Vaughn. Vaughn done been on the damn song talking about he got 6 bodies. The YouTube done try to figure out all the 6 bodies he's saying he got. I mean, all these things. God, let
There's a
that
lot.
now we'll see what happens, but that could be
There's,
a very hard case.
hey, H, how you feel about people cooperating with the feds and then they come home and then all of a sudden, the person you was beefing with, they jammed up, but you were cooperating with the feds. Now I was beefing with you. Now I'm all jammed up with the feds.
Like how the mafia did it.
Yeah, like the third party whoop de whoop. You feel what I'm saying? I done came home. You know what I mean? Everybody fucking with me now, but now my shit hot because you done came home, you was cooperating and shit now. Me and you was beefing a little bit. It wasn't that heavy, but on the music tip. You feel me?
I think a
Someone
lot of the
sent the
stuff that Dirk was that you just read, what Dirk was saying, is very contradictory on his behalf. Because if you notice, why are you rapping about your ops and your songs? Why y'all approving uh your members or your other artists in your group from your hood, old block or wherever, to smoke them in blunts, to go live and speak on things and to talk about these kind of murders? I mean, it's very contradictory and they're incriminating themselves. But again, these people do this, and when they get locked up, they want to blame other people for snitching. Nobody would know about this. Chicago made it very popular for the whole world, the entire industry, to beef with people online, to get killed, to get jammed up, to drop your location, to smoke the dead people in the blunts and stuff like that. Then when you tweet about it, you're the voice of the streets. I don't understand.
Yeah, someone just sent me a message. They said the feds using him to connect the dots because he's still free. They said they gonna do him like 6ix9ine. There's a comment in the back channel.
The only
That's what I
difference
just
is
said.
Dirk gonna stand up. Dirk ain't gonna that little dude ain't gonna rap, bro.
That's what I said, Rick. I'm telling you, motherfuckers be cooperating and they give up certain niggas that they beefing with to get them out the way, man. It's an old school tactics in the street. You get niggas out the way. Back in the day, I'm gonna just give you a little something. I used to hustle on the block when I was younger and shit. You know what I mean? Ride the bike. I had clips, LL35s on my stump pegs and shit like that. The nigga couldn't come outside because it was my time. A nigga had his girl call the cops on him. You feel me? Third party shit. We just going back old school. What niggas do is they cooperate, but they cooperate in third party. They using somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? So when the paperwork come down, it might not got your name in it, but it got the somebody else name in it. But you was the person that initiated the shit. And I think he got hot on a different level, man. Feds wouldn't they wasn't fucking with that boy before, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say no names, but they wasn't fucking with that. But he wasn't on the radar, man. He was a young nigga with dreads making money and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Niggas get killed every day. And Harlem, how many? Look at Shine case with P. Diddy. Niggas go away every day. Do the feds got to jump in it? How the feds jump in shit for a body? Feds don't jump in no shit for no body. Niggas get killed every day, bitch. Come
You
on,
be
man.
alright. You tough, right?
All
Y'all gotta
right. He
watch
be
the
all right.
work, man. Niggas. O Block is supposed to be known for that work too, man. So you can't count that out, and that's how niggas get tied into the murder. If the murder is on the whole CCE, which is continual criminal enterprise, or the RICO, it's one murder. So they could only convict one person of the actual murder, but other people could be held liable as part of the organization because they was doing it to make infamy for their gang or so-called set or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, or you could be just a nigga that's getting selling dope and never had nothing to do with the murder, probably didn't even know about the murder, and you end up getting an enhancement if they convict you for the dope shit because of the murder that's on that RICO, because it's the organization that's being charged. And then singular, everybody is held accountable. So you really got to watch that shit with the dope.
Yeah, and then
That's fact.
on top of that, like what a lot of people may not be familiar with is the fact that when one of them niggas from the O die, what they'll do is these niggas will go on Twitter and talk about everybody that this nigga caught. Oh, y'all talking about him, but he did X, Y, and Z. They'll openly talk. They think because he's dead, CPD can't come lock him up for these bodies. So we're openly gonna talk about who he killed, right? Not realizing that, like we talked about earlier, if they're all a part of that continual criminal enterprise, they can charge all of those bodies to the living members that are going down, right? All a part of that RICO.
Fact.
Hey, I tell you, man. Uh, I've seen it play out, man, over and over again. Uh, Brothers, man, inside of Sting, the feds come in, man, get down here in Alabama, man. They busted about 20 cats, man. They had them all dead to the right, man. They had them all right. So when they brought them in the room, the brothers was like, wait, we know everything. The feds like, look, we showing y'all pictures, we showing y'all, we got y'all dead to the right. All right, now what y'all gonna tell us about this enterprise? So everybody went to telling. They went to telling, hey, they got us, man. They got us. So okay, yeah, y'all get y'all this time. Everybody pointing fingers at each other because they got everybody right. So one cat out of the whole crew, he refused to tell anything that he had anything to do with this enterprise that they was running. And take in mind, again, we all know, man, when the feds come, they ain't coming to drink coffee and kick it, man. The folks do their homework, man. So that's what I'm saying. So the last guy that wouldn't say shit, they went ahead and maxed his ass out and put him out there in Colorado, man, with an L on some funky ass dope, man, on some dope charges. They gave him a life sentence. He out there at the max, super max right now, man, and got a life without.
He in ADX underground or he in USP Florence, Colorado?
The one, not the underground, but
Oh yeah,
he's
USP Florence, Colorado.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was up there. That's yeah, that shit cracking. My mama.
Yeah,
Telling you, man,
I'm
crazy.
in
So
Alabama too. What city was?
you said what now?
I'm in Alabama too. What city was this?
This was up in North Alabama, Huntsville, Florence,
That's
Muscle
where
Shoals,
that's where I'm at. I'm in Huntsville.
Univille. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. So they hit
256.
Yeah, 256 for sure. Shout out, man. You already know. They hit Huntsville, they hit the Florence, Muscle area. They rounded up about 20 cats. They had them dead to the right, from Texas to Mexico. They had the whole plug. They had it all. And then they had a body on top of it. And then one of my homeboys got killed. He had fed the cats that got charged with his murder. If he hadn't have got killed, he had fed cases on him. They were like, luckily he got killed. They said it like, luckily he got killed because he'd have been in this thing as well. But the one that wouldn't say shit, man, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I ain't got nothing to do with this. He kept it not, man, I ain't got nothing to do with this. They said, okay. They went ahead and maxed his ass out, man. They gave him a life without.
Yeah, it's a lot of killing up here, man. They even killing police up here.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just it's unreal in that Ville. But then
Hey,
peep this.
hold on, 1 second. Let me interject real quick. Welcome to the room. If you're new to the room, welcome to Trolls Nation on the Clubhouse app. Go in and troll up top, hit the greenhouse, join the club, follow the moderators. You see the topic. If the feds come holler at Lil Durk, is he gonna stay silent? I
He's
just got
telling.
some new shit that just popped up. Um, and this is it's man. All right. It says the mother of late Chicago rapper FBG Duck has revealed that the 5 people were arrested in connection to her son's murder. It says 3 of the people affiliated with Lil Durk were reportedly arrested. Shortly after finding out 5 arrests have been made, the deceased rapper's mom revealed the street names of the people arrested for Duck's murder, naming at least 3 people closely connected to the rapper Lil Durk. Moo Wop C thing, whatever the fuck they call him is what she said. I was told that I could say it, said FBG Duck's mother on Instagram Live. Them people promised me I would hear about my son's killers before the internet, so y'all heard it from me first. They got their ass. And then it says, according to the reports from Say Cheese TV, is another person that was arrested connected to murder, Muwab, C Thing, DQ, all affiliated with Lil Durk, who had beef with FBG Duck. It says Zell, another person connected to Durkio, was also named as someone who was present for the murder of FBG Duck. Zell passed away early this year by suicide. So they're already putting his name in the mix of the shit. When it was first reported, it was just talking about those 5 people. Now the outlets is already starting to try to tie him into the shit. So
Hey, who said? Who just? Pardon me, Reek. Who just said Dirk was gonna tell just now before Reek reset the room? Somebody just said Dirk was gonna tell. Who that
yeah,
was
Yeah,
who's
Lamonte?
I think
who
they
said he
said
gonna?
Dirk
Who,
was not going to tell. They said he was going to stand.
Oh, all right, yeah. I'm about to say
Hold
that
on, they
little
said
boy.
Lamonte what?
Nah, he just misunderstood. No, that's talk less, yo. That was just a misunderstanding. He just said he didn't hear.
But
Yeah,
yo,
That little
before
boy.
I reset the room, it sounded like someone said Dirk gonna tell, and then I
No,
reset
I
the
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
room.
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
Like
say that.
it damn sure sound like
Yeah,
somebody.
that's what
Somebody was
somebody said, man. That little
somebody
dude gonna
trolling.
stand up. That little
Somebody
dude gonna
trolling.
stand up, man. One thing about them little Chicago dudes, they bred different, man. You know what I mean? I got a homie that's from out there. I ain't gonna say his name, Vice Lord, and he was born. That's what he was born, bro. And them dudes is they born, they bred different, bro. They bred different, bro. I'm telling you, them little dudes gonna stand up. I'll be shocked. I'll be surprised if Dirk get jammed up and tell. That's one I'll be surprised on.
Well, that's
so yo, I
I
was
don't even
going.
think I don't even think he gonna get locked up, man. Them other little dudes gonna probably make sure Dirk don't get locked up, man.
So yo, I wanted to respond to the topic about FBG Duck's mom going live this morning after 6. I saw that the first thing I woke up this morning. I'm like, wow. I'm not from Chicago. I don't choose sides. I like Duck music. I used to watch them on YouTube. They would be out there on 63rd just chilling. I like that because you can tell the dude is authentic. That's the type of guy that will have a long career because his fan base would be organic. Um, I like King Von. I like um, Durk in the music too. But the thing about it is, you got a mother that lost 2 sons to gun violence, and these guys rap about them being dead. When Duck was alive, King Von rapped about him. In his videos, he had somebody to portray, you know, Duck's image and all of that. Um, you got a mother that's hurt, and she said it on the news. She said it all over social media before these guys got picked up, that she was going to get to the bottom of it. The feds is going to solve this case. Um, this is something crazy, and for the guy to commit suicide, I think that gives away. I think that tells everything you need to know.
Man, also you gotta remember, man, these little dudes probably ain't going down for just Duck. That's just what they saying, but like it's probably a bigger case, man. You gotta remember also too, with all due respect to Duck Moms, Duck was supposed to be responsible for something, I guess, with Dirk cousin. So you know what I mean? So them little dudes is out there going back and forth killing each other, bro.
It ain't like Duck was like a victim, you know what I mean? I mean, he got murdered, you know what I'm saying? Rest his soul, but them little dudes is out there killing each other, bro.
And niggas got to remember too, the feds ain't just go to Chicago. They've been out there since 2018. Trump sent the feds to Chicago, so who knows how wide this case is, man, and how far this shit go back. So
But but if you
Yeah,
watch the
yeah, like,
video when Duck was murdered, he was still moving. He was right there under a car. They could have saved him. I think it was so much going on, and people was reporting this guy for being a notorious gang member, rapping about the dead ops and killing and all of that. I think that the feds or the police, I think they let him die out there. I don't
yeah,
think they
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
help him.
And them crackers is probably like, man, how dare these motherfucking niggas come over here and do this shit right over here? You know what I mean? You gotta remember that shit was in the high, like what they said, it was like in the high upper scale
Gulf
area
Coast.
where all the high end
The,
designers go. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So them
that's the
crackers,
Gulf Coast of
they probably look
Chicago.
like,
They ain't playing that shit.
yeah.
That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of a rapper getting killed on 42nd Street in New York or 34th Street
Or like Saks Fifth, or like
or
Saks Fifth,
Rodeo
like rapping
or
Drive,
like
Fifth
that's like a
or
motherfucker
getting
getting
killed in the
murdered on
middle of Fifth
Rodeo
Avenue.
Drive.
word.
Shit, man. But guess what? For Mama Duck, shit, it's a celebration for her. She don't give a fuck who else getting took down. And God forbid, you know what I mean, somebody try to threaten or intimidate her, man, for being happy that the people responsible for doing it, you know, got snatched up. You know, that's somebody mama. She supposed to want the people who got her son. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
um yeah, it is what it is.
One thing.
I'm not surprised that they already saying Durkio affiliates, Zell, I'm not surprised that they already trying to, imply that too. So when we have these discussions is shit that the same shit that everyone else will wonder. Oh man, he talked about this, he said this, he dissed him on this, bomb was on him. It's the same shit that you know what I mean that the media and everyone else gonna put together. It's just we get an opportunity to really talk to the people and politic like shit, like we was in the back of them apartments. You know what I mean? We all just, chiming in. We all shit, everybody like dark music for the most part. And shit, like I keep saying, I look at him as a businessman, entrepreneur, not a street dude, not no kingpin, just a rapper. You know what I mean? So hopefully when they go through it, man, it's just a coincidence that these people's connected to him. Just a wild coincidence that, the people that's supposed to have did that is connected to him. I personally don't believe he has anything to do with it. Remember, I said I'd hold my opinion to the end. I don't think he got nothing to do with it. I think it's just a wild coincidence. I think they just, when I first heard it, I'm like, man, maybe they just ran into Duck. You know what I mean? Just ran into him type shit. And, uh, they just had their shit ready or they, got word he was around there. I don't believe in the conspiracy that, niggas put all this money to go get this regular dude, man, that was still just moving around, man. Um, doing whatever he does, enjoying his life. Um, what's y'all view on that?
Duck, I don't think Duck was no regular dude though, Reek. Like, you know what I mean? He was moving around like a semi boogeyman. You know what I mean? He had his foot on a lot of them little dudes' neck. So he ain't moving around really like no regular dude, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And then, like I said, he supposedly, allegedly had something to do with Dirk Cousins getting knocked down. Whether he did it or not, or whether he sent somebody to do it, his side of town was responsible for that. And they talked about it, man. He talked about it. You know what I mean? The same shit Dirkman was doing, Duck was doing, bragging about the work that they was putting in, bro. That's
So
what them
so
little Chicago was do.
so the street saying that Duck was like a bully, like niggas was scared of Duck. I didn't know Duck was like that. I never heard of him really being like
hell
niggas
yeah.
being afraid of. So he was like a trophy to them. To get him out the
Oh
way was
yeah,
kind of good
yeah.
in their
Duck,
eye.
Yeah,
That
Duck,
was
yeah.
That was
Duck was
the,
Yeah.
next up. Duck was
they,
next
they,
up. They was
they,
afraid of him.
they,
If you,
they said
Why he
Duck.
made Chicago legends, yo? That was like that was what they was calling it.
yeah, he tried to
They
make
said that
peace.
was
Man, Duck was the breadwinner, man. It was
a campaign. That was a campaign to bring peace, and they came to Duck about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look on his Instagram, it's a few posts before he passed. He was out there. He took pictures with a lot of the children because a lot. If you know today, a lot of these kids are getting killed by stray bullets in Chicago, and the gang violence. So Duck was trying to make peace. There's another dude. I'm gonna say this because it's public information. It's a dude. He looked just like King Von Range Rover. He's a GD, but he's cool. He was cool with King Von's dad. He was cool with Von. Him and Von got pictures like recent before Vaughn passed. He's a GD, so he knew both sides. He said that Duck tried plenty of times to squash the beef with those dudes, but since it was already blood on it, and the BDs running the industry for the most part, they didn't want to squash the beef. You know what I mean? And there's other footage out there where those dudes ran into some of those guys like 600 Breezy in LA, with King Yella, Billionaire Black. They do all this
Vegas.
popping on the internet, and then when these dudes catch them, it's like it's not what you're saying online or in your music. You got to kind of bow down at this point. So when Duck, they interviewed Duck about it, the Zach TV guy. He was like, what would you have done if you would have been there with them? He said it would have been a different, it would have been different. He would have put hands on.
Yeah, but you gotta remember it's because Duck is actually in tour with Breezy. Them other guys is only in tour with Breezy behind association with Duck, right? They not from really 63rd. You see what I'm saying? So they hung on 63rd because of Duck, but they're not so they don't have the same passion and history of beef that uh Duck had with the man Breezy.
Yeah, Breezy used to be a GD too. His father's a GD. His family come from. That's the thing. A lot of these people don't know. Like I'm around the age group, so I
Breezy
listen to a
definitely
lot
was
of.
GD, bro. He definitely
Yeah,
was GD.
yeah, and a lot of them,
I'm from
like,
Chicago. I know. I, I
yeah,
I hang with these people. I know.
it's no different than Quando Rondo. He was in a video talking about we not from 63rd, but after all that went down, he started trying to choose sides with Duck people. You know what I mean? Like that's what people do. They flip flop. They flip flop. So at the end of the day, who can you trust?
A lot of them niggas flipped because they was getting beat up, bro. I'm gonna be 100 with you. BDs was putting the flux on them niggas, bro. They had to flip.
When you say had to flip, what you mean had to flip?
Bro, a lot of them niggas like that 600, all that team 600, all the way like that whole area used to be GD, bro. Like that whole area was GD. Then the BDs just started gravitating from all over the city in different areas and just they flooded that zone of the city. Like that's how O Block, all that shit became, cause it didn't even used to be called O Block. Like that shit just started like when Chief Keef and them started like getting hot. Like cause they homie got killed. Like that shit was never O Block. All that Saint STL, all that shit
Yeah,
was just created
you
due to
talking
like
about
Duck and them.
Odie? They named it O Block after Odie got.
Right. So it's like a lot of them niggas like came from different areas, like you just said, 600 Breezy, bro. He's not even from 600. He's from an area in the city called Evans Mob. That's over east on the east side. Like he's from Evans Mob, like, and that's on like 83rd, like by Cottage Grove in that area, like type shit. But he gravitated to the 600 area, like so that's how he ended up being Team 600. But like a lot of them niggas from down there was GD. A lot of them 600, 300. A lot of them niggas was GDs, bro.
But you know what? You
Like
know
Yeah,
what
that's
they
I
real
not
like,
they
shit.
not
bro.
when they knock the
So
buildings
hold on,
down. That's
hold
what
on. So in Chicago, hold on. In Chicago, you saying you could flip flop? You can go from BD to
No, it's not.
GD?
It's not. No. It's not allowed. Nobody looks at it as like a cool thing to do. Like hell no, nobody look at that shit as it's cool because niggas get treated all the time. I know plenty niggas who talk big shit and who really knew 600 Breezy when he was a GD. Like I know a lot of niggas who really used to know these niggas when they was these other gangs. But like when shit started changing and niggas started flipping, that's just real.
You got to
Like,
remember though, Reek, it's not like out here like niggas don't get put on. You feel me? Like, so it's not like you got to go get put on,
right? A
jump
lot of
into these.
niggas out here, bro. Is a lot of these niggas is really just associated because they live in these areas, bro. Like, to be totally honest with you, like a lot of niggas are only certain gangs because they live in these areas and they grew up in these areas and they are real and they, you know what I'm saying? They the tight knit family. Like Duck area, Duck is originally from my neighborhood, but he moved out that way. Now I'm gonna tell you, Duck is really that. Like he's really that. Like he really what he was. Like he really was out here getting down, laying niggas down, whooping niggas, all that shit. Duck was really doing that shit. But like you say, like he moved over there. He had that shit sold up. Like, so that's how that shit became. That STL and FBG and all that shit. He wasn't FBG when he was out here. He was just Carlton, but he still used to do his thing type shit.
There's an interview with Tay 600 when he had got out of prison with Zach TV. He got on a Gucci hat. If y'all want to go check it out, it's something, man. Like it really says the truth about somebody's reputation when your opposition would tell you this nigga ain't no bitch. Tay 600 said that in an interview about Duck. He's like, I ain't gonna lie. He said
Nah,
Duck ain't
yeah.
no bitch.
Duck
You
is
know,
really that. Duck was really out here putting in work, bro. Like he went to school with my little cousin. That's how I knew him. Like, and he was always been like that, always, even since he was a kid. Like I've known him and knew about him, met him, all that since he was a shorty, like 11, 12 years old. Like
I'm
he's
gonna tell
always
you
been like that.
somebody that I really respect, man. That's from Chicago. OG, and he's making a difference right now. And I gotta shout him out, man, in this room. Bo Deal.
Oh yeah,
Bo
Bo Deal,
Deal,
he been putting in work for a long time, bro.
yeah,
Long
he's
Yeah,
time.
starting to
And
make a
shout out
he's
both,
difference.
and he's a
shout out both.
person that can go to any neighborhood in the city and get respect, bro. Like straight up.
That's what it needs to
Hey,
be. Because when we grew up,
hey,
you can go down the street to somebody's cookout. You can go over here and chill with these dudes. Now, social media is just running the world. You can see somebody out right now in the store. They may half-ass speak to you, but when you get home and cut your phone on and get on social media, they talking way more to you online.
That same person you seen, gonna be on the internet like, man, I ran into so and so. He was a bitch. He wasn't on shit. Da 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 da. But they ain't even approach you or say nothing to you. But they gonna make it seem like so much bigger than what it is. Like
Yeah.
hey,
now you
check
got the
this
person
out.
you ran into heated, wanting to do something to you now, for real, because they seen you and didn't do shit the first time. They might have been giving you a pass. You never
Hey,
know.
let me interject real quick. So I just got this article just sent in to me 2 hours ago. Lil Durk affiliate OTF Boona arrested over mall shooting that injured a 6-year-old boy. It says OTF Boona, an affiliate of Chicago rap star Lil Durk, has reportedly been arrested for alleged role in an Atlanta mall shooting that struck a 6-year-old boy. Um, Yeah, it says they got his picture up, and the way they title it is Lil Durk's artist, OTF Boona. So I know y'all said he not O Block, that's Durk and them people, but if you notice, man, they keep tying him into this shit,
They gonna
which
do
is
that because they the same way like with the 6ix9ine situation, how they basically made him the face because he has the most money, the most. They feel like he has the most power. Like
yeah.
and I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all, bro. Like that's how it's going. That's how it go. Like straight up.
But
Like if you from your neighborhood and you the only like let's say you the guy, you the breadwinner in your neighborhood, you a millionaire, you lit, but you was also on the block with these same niggas. Are you gonna abandon these niggas or is you gonna make sure they straight and dip and handle your business? Like it's niggas that like for the point of time, like Chief Keef and them was really like flooding they hood. Like really was looking out. Like really was putting shit out there, like type shit. Like so for them to say that type of shit, like like motherfuckers say when the feds come, they got you already. They just want to see like what you gonna tell them. The feds already know what they got going on, what they been doing, who been doing what, who facilitating what. The feds know because when the feds come, they already got the answers to the questions they about to ask you.
Facts.
Like that's
And
Facts.
they
just it.
usually and they usually don't come for one body. Trust me.
No,
This
they come,
this a
they
big
come
this a big
when they know,
yeah,
like
this a
straight
big
up.
case. Trust me, this shit gonna start coming out. It probably just ain't duck. They ain't coming. Them big feds ain't gonna do all
That
this.
was probably the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. That was just part of it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But you also got to take in mind, man, when the feds doing that investigation, man, you know, you never know what
They'll let you build a case for 5, 10 years, bro.
Yeah, yeah, man. You don't never know how long they've been billing cases, man. Them motherfuckers, that's something serious, man. Well, you have to stay out their motherfucking way, man. And but my thing with Durk is, you know what I mean? I know that, man, you got love for your niggas in the hood, man. But it has to be a way to where, man, hey, look, man, I'm gonna get all my niggas out the way, at least get out the way where we ain't
And
living that life, you know what I mean? And
not to cut you off, but he like in so many ways he's done that. Like if you pay attention, the guys who are around him, they he took them out the hood. Like he took them to with him. But it's some niggas that still, you
they
know what I'm
grab it
saying, gotta
right.
gravitate back. Some
Yeah,
niggas still gotta pop in every now and then.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? A lot of them niggas was with Durk. Like they're with him. Like they with him on a daily basis. Like they might come back to Chicago for a few days to handle their little business or whatever they doing, but they be with
Yeah,
Durk.
yeah, cause wasn't the little dude Muwap? Muwap was with Vaughn when he got killed, right? They said that was
Exactly,
Muwap on the.
exactly. Like
That
a
was
lot of them niggas
that was
have
Muwap
moved to Atlanta.
That was Muwap that was on the video. Remember when he the one that had snuff homeboy when
Yeah,
Vaughn was laid out. They said that was Muwap that came up and knocked homie down, whoever that was right there. So he was right there with them dudes out there.
exactly, exactly. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like so the feds know. They know who they targeting, they know who to come get.
hell yeah. One thing about two things for sure, man. Somebody got some questions they need answers.
Yep,
Somebody got to
Yeah,
have.
and nigga gotta think about it. Duck brother, Brick, Kobe, Duck cousin Kobe, they got killed together. What if they charge him with that? What about when Lil Man got killed out in front of the store on 63rd? That's
Right.
all happened in these last few years. Then what
yep,
about Dusky getting killed? Then what about Dusky funeral getting shot up?
yep.
How do we know the feds
Right.
wasn't watching all that?
The
But
feds is watching all that shit,
Bro,
bro.
they was watching all that. Trust me, all that shit
Right.
gonna come up in the
All
case.
that's
fact,
been
Right.
documented.
Believe that.
See how they went back and got King Von for KI.
And
And
that's
they
all.
was about they definitely was about to come get him for that. He just so happened to got killed, but they was about to come and get him for
Yeah,
that.
he knew that too.
I don't think they were gonna get him for KI because
Oh yeah, they
KI
was.
was
That
pretty
shit all over
huge.
YouTube.
Yeah,
I'm
they was
I'm gonna
gonna
play
definitely
something
get
for
King
y'all.
Von for KI.
He
I'm
even
gonna,
like
It
you
don't
gotta
matter who
understand like when
KI
these niggas
killed.
do
You
this shit.
can't kill nobody for just because they kill somebody. That don't mean they're not gonna come get you for when I mean that don't mean they're gonna get somebody who killed the killer. They gonna come get them too.
hey,
Yep.
Right.
I that is
But
though.
KI was a menace if you really
What
look
that don't
at
mean
it.
you
They
can't.
knew
That
that
don't
though.
mean don't
They
arrest
knew
a
that
killer though.
Chanel.
Man, that motherfucker's so deadly, man. Let me show you how
They
the
was trying to
feds.
keep KI out the streets. Actually. They was trying to keep her protected and she didn't want that.
but it
Man,
don't
You know.
matter if a person caught 100 bodies. If you kill this person, you still gonna get charged with.
It's a
Yeah,
murder.
regardless.
yeah. And
But
then facts, and also, man, with
Absolutely. Them niggas ain't gonna pat you on the back and say, hey, good job and send you the fuck home.
Right. They ain't gonna say thank you for getting rid
Oh
of our
no.
problem.
so I wanna play something for y'all, right? And it's just like 2 seconds. But this is all they gotta do. No different than what they did for Boosie. They play your shit in court. It's a wrap. Now listen to this. Now this is the guy that they just picked up.
When Whoppi grab his Glock, you know he shoot to kill. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
It's
This
part.
ain't
another
this ain't
verse.
That's what
listen. This ain't
I gotta
something.
think about
This
that
ain't
at
something
right
that
there.
that
We
I'm
talking
making up.
about all that shit
This
they
ain't
really
something that this just like the shit when Wack was in here getting everybody bashing him for the shit that Jim was on the Fed card. It ain't
Yep.
something that Wack made up. This shit is public. Like this is the thing. People gotta stop being mad at other motherfuckers
For
for
calling the
people that
spade a spade.
come on, man.
facts, big facts. Man, I'm gonna tell you something else too. And then the feds, man, they'll put a nigga right in the mix with them. You may think this nigga the plug, but this nigga the feds.
You see what they did to 6ix9ine? His motherfucking driver was an informant the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. You never know who's who in that game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh shit, yo, you know what's crazy? Damn, I'm just thinking about some shit. Dirk tripping, bro. I think Dirk said some shit in the fucking One Kid song, man. What's that shit? What's the boy? What's Gucci Man, the artist that got locked up, man? My little
Who
dude,
Shiesty.
shiesty?
shiesty. Shiesty.
Oh,
Back in
Shiesty,
blood.
man. That fucking
Kill my
record.
cousin,
That
wish
nigga
you would,
said
huh?
some shit, nigga
Now
dissing
your
on my
ass is in
cousin.
that wood, huh?
Yeah, Muwop, something jumped out, something, nigga on my cut. Oh man, this nigga tripping, man. I
Yeah,
just
man.
thought about that shit, bro.
They be
If you
thinking it's
listen to
freedom
that
of
song,
speech.
without making
yeah,
a
you listen to that
statement.
song, bro.
Think
That
about
nigga basically said, well, what's what on that song?
See,
Wow.
but here's the problem though, is that that type of talk got him a record deal, so he has to keep. And this is the
Yeah.
problem with these executives and these buildings and how they're incentivizing us to do this. But now we're being it was one thing when we just being incentivized and millions is being thrown at us to propagate all forms of negativity,
Yep.
right? But now it's getting specific to where it's not just negativity, it's about, trend, creating a trend and popularizing you actually telling on yourself. It's like a
That's
triple
crazy.
whammy now.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
made
it
a
ain't
statement without
basic.
making a statement.
Yep.
Yeah. Putting that music, putting them lyrics in your music, man. I'm trying to think, what was that other cat?
That's called dry snitching, man. Where I'm from.
I look at it. I look
That
at the big business,
absolutely. That's
the
absolutely
executives.
what it is. Absolutely what it is.
Fact.
Yeah.
Just think about that. I don't want you talking my motherfucking business, nigga. If I done did something that I ain't had no,
Self
which is
incrimination,
illegal,
all that shit.
nigga, that's crimination, nigga.
That's
Don't put me in
self-determination.
no motherfucking song and talk about what I
Real
do.
talk.
I don't even want nobody even knowing I'm a street nigga. Nigga, any real street nigga is discreet. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't putting themselves on blast like
Nah,
that. No, not no real street nigga.
Nope.
I don't
not no
even want
real
Yo,
you to
street.
look,
know me.
yo, look, yo,
Hey,
look, yo, look,
even
look, and this how crazy it is with these little dudes, how they thinking, right? While the nigga writing that verse, they in the studio, the little nigga who put that work in, they slapping him on the chest, he laughing like, yeah, yeah, nigga, like, y'all niggas is crazy, man.
Yep.
Nigga, take that out the fucking song, man. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Yep.
hey,
See, hey,
it's just like the
they should all, they should, everybody should have learned from Bobby Shmurda, bro.
hey no look, check this out.
Exactly.
It's just
That
like
whole
that. It's
song
just like
was
that
snitch.
scene in Raising Canaan, right? Canaan pulled the move, right? His partner went on, got on stage and rapped about
Street,
everything
streets
he
need a
did.
body.
Oh
Fuck,
yeah, she
fuck
was
Think
four
about
snapping.
that.
quarters and
That
two
was a
dimes.
message that 50 was sent. He
Word.
sent the message to everybody within that. That was a hidden message, man. On everything. Your ops is listening to your shit too, nigga.
Yeah.
You playing with
Right.
these, nigga. I'm not finna talk about you, nigga. I'm finna come see you. I don't even want to talk about I'm not broadcasting nothing. I don't even want
Cause when I
nobody to
come
even know
get
I
you, I
got
don't need
anger
nobody to
towards you.
come get me.
No, nigga, I'm coming by myself too.
But I agree with what homie was saying earlier about the labels. They wanting to sign the people who's beefing online right now. The song can be whack, but
Yep.
if he got a following or he's beefing and this is what the crowd is gravitating toward, we want to
Yep.
sign him. And then they know. I mean, the numbers go way back from in Pac days. Pac
Yep.
still selling records. You more famous when you dead or locked up than you are alive and free.
That's cause they
And,
already
and
on
when
your
these
name and shit. So they gonna keep making money off you anyway.
Yeah, and when these kids see this, they looking at it like, oh, Muab got on by doing this or doing that online. Shit, let me try to do the same thing. Before you know it, the whole social media looking the same.
Yep. But like I
No
just said though,
disrespect to Pac,
everybody
but
should have
Pac was
learned.
dry snitching too.
Yep. And Pac wasn't even on that. He wasn't even like that. He
Hold
wasn't
on,
even
hold
on
on,
that.
hold on,
Nigga,
hold on. All right, man, hey, oh, y'all niggas chill out on Tupac, man. We ain't
come
talking
on,
about
man.
no
Hold on,
Pac,
bro.
man.
Look,
Y'all
I
niggas
love
chill
you.
the fuck out,
Hey,
man.
bro,
Hey, I
Rick,
love
Hold
Rick,
Pac,
hold
on,
bro.
on.
man.
Hold on, who is
Hold
that, Rick?
on, man.
Is that
Yeah,
Rick?
this Reek,
I
man.
love
Yeah.
you to death, Rick. Hey, Rick, I love you to death. But
But
listen,
he dry
in the
snitch, Rick. He
in the
dry
in the
snitch.
in the hold on, let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me have this. I just need 5 minutes to explain to my dog, Rick, what I'm trying to say. So in these interviews, he mad at this nigga. He knew who shot me. He knew who shot me and didn't say nothing. Boo, all the shit. Nigga, you dry snitching.
Remember he talked about whooping the brothers and got
Hold
locked
on,
up the next day?
wait. I got one more. I got one more. Heard them guns bust, but you tricks never shut me up. Touch one of my who he was talking about. A real live snitch named Haitian Jack. Knew he was working for the feds. Same crime, different trial. Jimmy Henchman in due time. Niggas rep me up. Heard the guns bust, but you niggas tried to shut me up. Touch one of mine on everything. Nigga, you dry snitching. You told everybody who shot
Fuck,
Yeah, and then he said,
fuck
then
that.
he forgot the other line. Hold up, he
you. Nigga,
forgot the other line. He said,
and
and
blood
here we
blood
go.
shot him because he told him to suck his dick.
Nigga, he here we come, gunshots to touch. Now you stuck, nigga. He done named three niggas just now in that song right there.
Beauty in the
Fact.
Jimmy
Jimmy
matrix.
Hitchman,
Hitchman,
Jimmy Hitchman, and the other
and
nigga.
touch.
Yo, but do y'all realize that the ones that's always beefing against each other are the ones that they don't want to work together? Imagine if 50 and Ja did music together.
That
Imagine
would
if
have been
Biggie and
dope.
Pac had
That would have
music
been dope.
together.
I ain't even
Von
gonna
and
Shit,
front.
Dirk.
if Durk and
And
Vaughn would have
come
did some
on,
music.
man. Come on, man. Like, really, we
Dirk
we
and
we
Vine did. They did music together.
we our own worst
mean,
enemy and continue to push
Dirk
that
and Vine,
narrative
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's the right thing to do. What are OGs at in this shit, bro? It's like nowadays, I'm telling you, I give back. I didn't live that life. My pops lived that life. Rest in peace. We gave back. You feel
I'm gonna
me?
be
Like,
real, bro. Not to cut you off, but out here in Chicago, bro, the young niggas do not
They
give a
ain't
fuck
hearing
about the old heads,
them,
bro.
them young niggas ain't
Young
hearing no.
niggas, run the
Bro,
streets
niggas,
in
the young niggas
Chicago,
out here
man.
laying the old heads down, bro.
Nigga, that's how
yeah,
we
It's
was
the
look,
doing in
same
our
way out here
generation.
in
yo,
We wasn't
DC.
yo, look, yo,
we was
look.
listening to a certain extent
Yeah, they
in our
listen,
generation.
but
Niggas
they
couldn't
like a
tell
lot
us
of the
nothing,
old
nigga.
heads just
When we
went out
grew
from
up,
doing
nigga, it was
20.
OGs that was getting out trying to get their spot back. Nigga, it's over. Nigga, we clicked up.
Yeah,
Nigga, this the mob. Nigga, you ain't coming over here. Whatever. Spot smash. Get your ass on. Nigga,
straight up. That's how it
get your
was.
old ass on. Your old ass can't tell me shit. That's how we all was at
Like
a
prime
point.
example,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
look it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I
No,
think
no,
it.
but it was OGs that we did admire, and we wanted the blessing, and we wanted that
Yeah,
certain tutelage
It is.
from
It
Because
them.
still is today.
it was the acknowledgement that we got from 'em. It was the
them
leadership that
niggas,
we got from 'em. It was the
yeah,
roles
them
they
niggas
played
taught
in
me.
yeah.
Them
You in the
OGs taught me how to
matrix?
play
The
ball
problem
You
is
in the
game.
though,
matrix, brother.
the problem is though, is that the OGs that really survive are the ones that understand when they fucking time is over, and the ones that understand not to get in these little niggas' way. You
Yep.
see what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because it's a lot of niggas on the coming from the West Coast. It's a lot of niggas that they don't understand, especially what's going on now. Especially if you are OG on the blood side, right? They don't understand how they little homies is hanging out with Crips. They don't get it, right?
Right.
But they're not gonna get in the way of that because they know it's their time and they playing by some new set of rules. You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So they're gonna have to adjust. When they go in the county, they're gonna have to adjust to being cool with Crips and shit, certain Crips and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So the OGs that survive again are the ones that are able to understand when their time is over and not step on them young niggas' toes. Cause stepping on their toes, that's detrimental. But I'm gonna say something, no law. I was locked up out here in the A with a G with an OG GD nigga from Chicago, right? From 62nd, right? But I know, and I'm one of my close niggas is from 63rd, right? You know, right there, Jaro, SDL, that whole area,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
I
look,
know exactly what you talking about.
so look, the cold thing is when I'm locked up with the OG, he's over there like, yeah, man, you know, Jaro was the region over there, blah blah. And I said to my boy what he said. He like, man, Jaro wasn't no region. You know what's young? We're not going by none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But to the old head, he's
That's what he
equivocating
was.
into, oh, that's a region. But the young niggas, they not going by none of them titles and none of that structure.
Nah. And I'm gonna say this too. A lot of the guys and gangbangers nowadays, they not even they go off gangs, bro, but it's more so your neighborhood. Like, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
essentially
Like,
y'all doing some West Coast shit now, like some real set claim.
yeah,
yeah.
like prime example, G Herbo now. They are EBK. They got GDs, Black Stones. They got all that in their game, but they EBK though. They no limit. That's their game, no limit. You know what I'm saying? It's not Blackstone, nothing. There's no limit. Like, you know what I'm saying? The cops and the feds might put some extra shit on it, but they really is just no limit. They Blackstones, they GDs, they might have some BDs in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. Cause these are the people that grew up in your area. They gravitated to your neighborhood, and these is your homies. This
Hey,
he might be a vice lord from out west. He might be a GD from the Wild Hunters. You know what I'm saying? But he live on your block, and this is your homie. So we gonna create our own shit, no limit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's how a lot of niggas doing it now.
hey,
Well,
bro.
I'm gonna
Hey,
tell you,
bro.
like from experience, I had an open case, right? I had got out, and it was this young nigga. He used to come holler at me and shit. I knew he wasn't built like that, but he was trying to get his paper right. So when I got out, they was in the room. They was playing video game, Call of Duty and shit. I'm like, listen, man, like this ain't the way for you to go. Go off to school, do this, do that. He was quiet. I'm thinking he listening. You feel me? So as time went by, he was fucking my cousin. I hit my cousin. I'm like, listen, I was out at this spot. I'm hearing his name ringing. Like, you need to talk to little homie. She get a nigga my number. He texts my phone, man, stop hating, and it like some slick threatening shit for me
Yeah,
looking out for him. So listen, time went by. He didn't speak to me. His brother was already locked up and had some rat shit on his name. All right. He didn't speak to me. I see him, we shoot ball and shit like that. He keep his peace, I keep mine. Then time went by. Little nigga got knocked.
damn.
Okay. He got back out doing the same shit, whatever. That's on him. Can't even look at me to this day because I tried to look out for the nigga.
Yeah, some. I'm gonna be real. Some of these young niggas, like you can tell them shit, and they'll take the advice and they'll actually take heed. Cause I'm gonna be real. Some of these young niggas know they not cut like that, but they are in a sense. I'm gonna say forced to act like that or forced to be that way because of where they live at. You feel me? Like, but a lot of these young niggas out here is really not cut like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like straight up.
Yeah.
Bro, let me
But
ask you a question. No law from the shot. Listen, so with the narrative around Hoover, right? With everything is saying that that brother could stop the violence, could change the gang culture and all that. Do you actually think that will have an effect if they wish to let that brother go today?
I'm gonna be real. In certain areas, it would. In certain areas, there's certain areas that like if motherfucker Larry Hoover got out, they gonna respect him because it's Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of motherfuckers that got mad respect for Larry Hoover, even other gangs. You know what I'm saying? But it's still gonna be some young niggas like, man, fuck that old nigga, like ooh, like you
Right.
know what I'm saying.
but
But it's
but if
gonna be
you
some young niggas that's gonna respect him. Like me, even though I'm 28. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna respect the hell out of him because he paved the way for a lot of niggas to do shit that they really ain't supposed to be doing. Like straight up. And it's some motherfuckers like that's to this day be like, bro, if you are GD after when he got put away, you're not GD. Like it's a lot of niggas that believe that.
Hey,
Like straight up.
let me ask y'all something. When that shit was created, what was it created for?
To protect the neighborhood, growth and development.
For what?
yeah.
From what? From what?
Let me say this. It's an
Hold
interview.
on, hold on. You gotta answer my question first.
My
From
Yeah,
what?
I
I am. Listen, it's an
From
interview on
what?
Vlad TV that'll tell you about all that. One of the founders of the BD Nation, he grew up good friends with Larry Hoover. He's saying the things that the new generation youngers is doing right now is not the shit that they was doing back then. They did not beef with each other. They still some of the best of friends, BDs and GDs and all that.
yeah.
He's saying they need to get a money to the old heads so they can go out here and rebuild the communities instead of killing each other and keeping it divided. They wasn't raised up on it.
Nope. Cause a lot of the young older niggas, they was more so like again, cause back then it was police was more so the biggest gang. Like so that's who niggas was teaming up against. Like protecting their neighborhood from the police and shit. Like 'cause the police used to be coming fucking niggas up and doing bullshit and shit like that and stopping other dumb niggas from doing stupid shit in the
But
neighborhood.
niggas
Like
protecting their neighborhood from who now?
now it's from other niggas.
Dumbest shit in the world.
It's crazy. And what's crazy is like you could be beefing with niggas that's 2 blocks away from you.
Nigga,
Straight up.
you look just like me and you face the same motherfucking shit. Nigga. Go look in the mirror.
I mean,
Yup.
no
Regardless of
law
what your
like you
bloodline,
said.
hold on, look, regardless of what your last name is, regardless of what your social security number is, nigga, you look just like me.
Grew up the
Melanated.
same.
Melanated. Got the same story, but we throw up different gang signs. That's the only difference. That's what
That's it.
separates us.
No law. I done stood on 63rd and looked right at old block. Like literally, it's you could just see it. Now I don't think a lot of motherfuckers understand how crazy that is. Like you really is. It's right there. Them niggas that
Yeah,
stood
and
across the
Gyro
street and shot each
and
other.
O Block
Free
is
soul.
literally 2 blocks from each other.
That's crazy.
And these two
LA
blocks
is the
is
same
beefing
way.
hard.
LA is the same way. Nigga, every other hood, every other street is a gang.
Yeah. And
You know
they
what I'm saying? Just like in Oakland, but Oakland don't do the red and blue or the red and blue thing. You know what I'm saying? But every hood, but back then, every hood was a turf. Like we call it, y'all call it hoods. We call it a turf. A turf is a spot that we jugging on, trap spot. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
y'all
So,
agree with what
so
Charleston White is saying that the gang members, the gang violence is killing more niggas than slaves?
Hell nah.
first of all, I'm gonna say this. I wasn't around for slavery. And second of all, I don't really listen to that nigga because he be talking a bunch of bullshit. So I don't know. But it is a lot of unnecessary deaths due to that gang shit though. Like straight up. A lot of motherfuckers be killed for no reason and it's gonna be continuing because like I just said, like it's some people that's not cut like that, but just say your cousin cut like that and your cousin get killed. that's gonna make you want to go pick the gun up and go retaliate for your cousin. Now you in it just like your cousin was.
Guilty by association.
Yep. Yeah, I see a lot of that shit. Like a nigga peoples will get killed and he wasn't even on that, but now he out here laying everybody down because motherfucker done murked his cousin.
I got you, Reek. I was in the mix.
Hey man, salute to everybody in here, man. This is a good topic and a good subject, and you know what I'm saying we all need to be accepted and taking accountability for
Done.
what's going on in our area. Even if you can't control it. True enough, you know what I'm saying, you probably could reach out and touch one of them little youngsters in your area. You know what I'm saying? Somebody listening to you. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Especially if we all on this platform with strong words, nigga. These is powerful words and subjects that we sitting here talking about.
Yeah,
With no
yeah.
Definitely.
salute. Hey, watch this. With no solution to them.
One of the powerful words you just said, bro, was the most powerful one is accountability, bro.
Yep.
Accountability.
I take it with a grain of salt every single day, regardless of what I'm going through. Straight up, I don't care. I'm gonna talk to my little youngsters, man. You know what I'm saying? I created all kind of shit. I could talk about all kind of shit. That's neither here nor there. It belongs to where it belongs to. So I can't speak on no platform about nothing that don't belong on no platform. All I'm saying is this: we come from a cloth that was sacred. Straight up. A lot of niggas are exposing their hands, showing their business on social media, talking about all the shit that you doing in these songs. That shit is the booziest shit, man. You know what I'm saying? If you who you is, you don't have to convince nobody who you are.
Yep.
Whenever had you had to convince yourself to be you?
That's
That's a
real.
powerful question, nigga. Whenever had you had to convince yourself to be you, nigga? So I
Enough
don't give a
shit,
fuck.
bro.
I don't gotta convince no man or try to impress no man in this world, bro. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. And if you don't, you don't. I'm not worried about your energy. Your energy don't belong to me, nigga. I'm not worried about nigga when it comes to op talk. I'm not doing the only motherfuckers I'm doing op talk is the niggas that's doing the shoot. I'm not talking to nobody else about my motherfucking op. What the fuck I need to be on social media for? Talking about another motherfucking man for? That's some homosexual shit. Straight up. Nigga, if I got a beef with you, I know how to reach you. If we was once partners, nigga, I got your number. I know how to talk to you.
Straight up.
Fuck all
True
that
or
gangster shit.
false?
That
True or
gangster shit
false?
is
Did
just a
Dirk?
title.
Hey, true or false? Did Dirk said he was gonna stop talking about the ops?
True.
Yeah.
Can anyone confirm that?
He
He
said
said,
that
didn't he tweet that or something like that?
after his brother got smoked. He
Nah, he said he was gonna say I'm gonna stop saying smoking on Tuka and shit like that.
Oh, so he's gonna leave Tuka off. Okay, so just Tuka.
Yeah, Tuka and Duck. That's why the shit with him and Baby goes. It does a gun effect, but we all know he was talking about Duck.
I don't know if y'all was paying attention or not, but that day that Duck had got killed, all of them niggas went live. All I ain't gonna say their names, but they went live. They was
Oh yeah, they
all
had a
going,
parade.
yeah, bro,
Uh-huh.
celebrating that shit. You
They
know,
threw a
if we
party.
saw it, if
Hey,
we
that
saw it,
mean,
you don't think the fans saw it? You don't think Duck Mama saw it? Like, come on.
hey man, that mean
Yeah,
that
that
mean
shit
Duck was giving them
disrespectful.
hell. Whenever I hear somebody super dissing someone, fuck that nigga, Duck this, Duck that. You know what that tells me? Duck was giving you niggas hell, boy, because
I
you
just
niggas can't keep him out of
I
your mouth.
said earlier, Duck was really like that, bro. Like straight up. He was like that. Straight up. I from a kid, he been that way.
Yeah, he said that
Because
shit all the time.
you only diss and throw shade at niggas that really didn't hurt you, that really made you, you know what I mean, fall to your knees and cry and swing in the room like Trey on Boys in the Hood. You only do that for motherfuckers who really touch
He
that
said
soft
like Trey.
spot, man. Had you
Uh-huh.
hot.
Not
You wanna know? Hey, you wanna
that's a
know
His
the
fact.
funny
mom
That's
shit
a
to me
fact.
though?
said after
This the
Duck was
funniest
killed,
shit
his
to me,
mom
man.
said to Dirk,
Stop
she
saying
was like,
talking about it. Just
he
speak
was
to
like,
twice.
you wasn't dissing,
And
you wasn't dissing Duck when he was alive.
there's
So
no
why you
mistake
dissing him when he
about
did?
it.
This is the
One
funniest
You
mic.
shit.
stop
Hey,
saying
look.
words.
This is the
Speak
Tamil, are
funniest
to
you
shit to me,
talking?
bro.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
is your phone off mute?
No, he's talking. Yo, Tamel, go ahead.
Yeah, see, Tamil.
My bad. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
we
King.
can't hear you, Tamil. Go ahead. Tamil, was you trying to say something, Brody? All right, I think his phone was just off mute. Yeah, yeah. Y'all watch your mics,
No, no,
man.
no.
So
I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk.
okay, well,
You know what I really think about with ducking him, man, and little Dirk, man. Man. Listen, he going. I believe he going to jail, man. That's my belief, man. Cause it's too much right now. Like, man, they gonna get him. You know why they gonna get him? Because he doing too much. He done too much stuff. Them dudes, they was looking at them dudes for a while. That dude Wooski just got off tour with him. He around them dudes. And you don't know if it was inside. Why it was an inside snitch, inside wire, phone taps. The feds don't come to get you unless they got you. He affiliated with it. I don't know, like they was talking crazy, money involved, all that money. These dudes, they know these dudes ain't funded by themselves because they don't have no jobs. So how they getting funded? Yo, listen, when the feds come, it's hardball, man. So I don't know, Dirk. He be alright, man. He just gotta like they said, he the voice of the streets, and they ain't talking, so don't talk. But yeah, somebody else already told because they didn't tell them the boys wouldn't get locked up. They had masks on when they ran up on them. Then the whole thing, the area, you hit the dude downtown. That's like getting hit in Times Square. Them rich white people down there, billionaires, they got all that stuff down there, man. You think they wasn't putting in petitions? Yo, we can't have no shooting down here. What they did?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They had the Senate, all of them involved. That's why the feds picked that up. If the feds wasn't already on them.
Yeah, and that's
And
the thing, like you
that's
said,
all I gotta. That's all I gotta say about that. Bang.
like yeah, somebody doing some real live telling too, bro. Cause them niggas masked up. They ain't even catch them little dudes like right after. They ain't get them on the cameras or really nothing too tough. So somebody doing some real live telling, bro. For
Yeah,
real.
somebody
Yeah,
told her that's
It's
That's what
that's
I
coming
yeah,
from
said.
their
Somebody.
side. It's coming from their side, bro. How you gonna, like you say, and it's been over. Duck mom just celebrated Duck being gone for a year. It's been over a year ago. It's somebody on their side.
There'll be always be one right there up under them, man.
But
Ones you think
you ain't
solid.
scared of the ops, but you scared of the cops. Niggas be
yeah.
It's gonna come
yeah.
out who telling though. It's gonna come out.
But
They're gonna have to get on this.
me, me personally, I don't think Dirk. I don't think Dirk gonna get dragged in that. Dirk probably he still got to worry about that case he got open in Atlanta, but I don't think they're gonna
The
drag him.
feds to make them close that.
Yeah, but I mean, why they ain't get him? Why they ain't, usually, if you know, people that's on the stage right here is, like I said, I never myself had no interaction with the feds, but I had my peoples that I had 2, 3 bouts with the feds, and I know how they move, bro. When they move simultaneously, they hit the same like 5 different spots all at one time, 6 in the morning. They don't usually leave niggas behind, bro. When they come for niggas, they come for everybody at once.
But they might see
I
Dirk
feel
they
like
don't
as
got gang.
higher power and get more information on him
yeah, I feel like
individually.
they ain't got him because they ain't got him yet.
Exactly.
He's an influencer through his music too.
Yeah. They gonna probably try and get him on some big bust. They gonna
Yeah,
force
It's
him to go
like
to a concert.
I think
it's a
they trying to
reason.
get him like he's separating himself from he's bigger than Muwap and all them. So I feel like they're gonna get him by.
If you notice when Reek was reading off the news and all that, what did it say every time? Lil Durk artist, Lil Durk. Look, they tagging him to that shit. It could just be a case that they building up. Yeah, we're gonna get him.
Exactly. Like he a big Don or some shit. You feel me?
Hmm.
They gonna definitely get his ass.
And then you gotta understand this. That state case he had, the feds could have been telling them, nah, we gonna throw that in the Rico. Just don't say nothing. We gonna throw that case in the Rico because they got dirt in them right here in the room. They got him shooting on camera. So, they might have throw that in the Rico case too, because they got them red-handed. Him and Vaughn shooting on camera.
I seen it, bro, and Vaughn was letting that motherfucker off.
Yeah, King
Hey,
Vaughn
welcome to
wasn't shy.
Trollz Nation.
He definitely wasn't shy.
If you're new to the room, welcome to the room on the Clubhouse app. Go ahead and troll up top. Hit the greenhouse. Join the club. Follow the moderators. You see the topic. If the feds come holler at Lil Durk, will Durkio stay silent? Shh. We talking about it. Let's see. Go ahead, Harlem.
Nah, what I was gonna say was only thing shy about King Von was is where he from, because he definitely let that thing go, and it's just amazing to me how it's taking so long. See, it's not really amazing. See, this is what the power of having a little bit of bread to intercede. Like when Jay said, "I got enough chips to make a bitch back up." Like that's how that shit be. Like if you get your chips stacked up a little bit, you can get caught red-handed with some shit. But if you got enough money to pay a good lawyer, he could stall that shit. He could stall that shit out for as long as he could. And he's caught red-handed. That's something we got you red-handed. What you gonna take? You know what I'm saying? So
But they
I don't think he gonna tell. In my opinion, though, I think he gonna stand up. I meant to say that before. I never got a word to like put my word in that. Me, in my opinion. If they don't have nothing on him, that's why it's hard for me to say that too, because it all depends on what they actually have on him. What the dudes is going to say that got bagged. You know what I'm saying? Well, he probably won't even have to defend himself because they'll probably stand up or shift the blame somewhere else or just shift the story away from Dirt.
Yeah,
You
cause
know
he
what I'm saying? So
cause if he go away, who gonna put money on their books?
Yeah, but you know, if they dig up Dirk history, listen, before Dirk blew up, oh, he got priors, bro.
Oh
That's why
yeah,
he
he
cut
do.
his dreads off. He was locked up. He was getting busy. If they bring up his whole history, along with the people that's affiliated with him and all that, how his brother got killed, all that shit, his father's background. Listen, man,
That
it's billionaires in the
yeah,
feds.
yeah, they
I'm
can
I'm
spend that
sitting
shit
here
any way
too.
they
Or
want. Absolutely.
or they waiting to see if Dirk gonna pay for one of them lawyers.
facts. And then I'm gonna tell you something else too. You know, we saying yeah, Dirk may be solid, but you know, if some of the homies, if they put some vice grips on their ass, man, you
They
know,
facing life.
see that's what I'm saying. See, all it takes is one conspiracy, somebody
That's
to
the
say, yeah,
minimum.
that's it, man, and they'll tie everything in
If
just
you
off
They
one.
ask
facing
me,
minimum life.
if you ask me, a couple of them niggas that got locked up already gonna fold, bro.
They know, yeah, they gonna, oh man, somebody they
Yeah,
gonna tell something, man.
one thing. Yeah, one thing about the feds, the bodies, they don't play with them bodies, nigga. That shit is, they let you know right off top, nigga. You about to do, nigga. You facing life, nigga.
Facts.
Especially with the conspiracy and all that shit, bro. A nigga could sell, nigga could sell 100 motherfucking 1,000 bricks, nigga, and wind up with 10, 15 years. Once the nigga put that body with that shit, woo,
Boy, it's a
nigga
wrap.
twist.
It's a wrap.
It's
It's a
a
wrap. I don't know. Is that you, Cadillac? Well,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
real
yeah,
truth.
yeah.
There,
That's me.
you can sell all the
Yeah.
work. You can sell all the work you want to. Just don't have nobody around it.
I mean, shit. Look at Meech. I mean, niggas may not. I mean, shit. 30 years, yeah. But listen, niggas, all this shit niggas say, man, all they had to do was attach some bodies to them niggas. Everybody would have had been fucked up. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You selling that work, you can get a little 15, 10, whatever the case may be. But once they put that murder with that shit, nigga, that's a wrap.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
wrap.
over. That body shit changes the game. That shit just makes your case, any case, all the way to motherfucking different, yo. That shit just makes it different. Like you can have a drug case that's a federal case. You can wiggle your way out of wiggle your way out of some of that time and just get a little bit. You can get caught up in some bank robbery shit and wiggle your way out of some of that time. But when a body is attached to another charge, that shit just changes shit dramatically, yo.
Facts. Facts. I
Change
mean,
the game.
cause selling that
Change
work
the game.
is not a violent crime. Selling work is not a violent crime.
It's not.
It's all about the level of the crime and violent crimes. And that's what I'm saying. Even in New York, they give you a break if your crime ain't violent. And New York don't give nobody no motherfucking breaks. But the feds, once you put a violent crime with some other shit in the feds, it's over.
Yo, G, New York giving niggas 4 years just to have possessing a pistol. You got a pistol on you, you fuck around with get 4 years,
And
nigga.
you ain't even, and you didn't use it. You didn't brandish it. You ain't do none of that. Possession of
Shit
the
don't
gun to get you time.
the shit don't gotta have one in the head, none of that shit, nigga. You still
Well, check
looking
this
4
out.
years.
Hey, Cadillac Todd, check this out. Fabio Foreign, he had a blower. He ran for the police. The blower fall on the ground. You know what I mean? They like, nigga, you dropped your blower. That nigga's already home. He didn't do no 4 years. That shit was in New York.
No, no,
Talk
He
no.
about
fighting
it.
Hey,
that.
that
Best
shit.
believe he
No,
fighting
no,
that.
that shit ain't over with, nigga.
That
He
ain't
Best
over
believe he
that
fighting
though.
that shit.
He got to fight it. In New York, gonna fight to the end. In New York, a case like that could last 2 years, depending on who it is, or a year. They gonna at least a year. The year is the
Hold on,
going
and hold
rate.
on. And then if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, bro, if I'm not mistaken, that wasn't even in New York. I think that was in New Jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jersey,
I think
yeah, they
so.
got caught with a 2.5, some little ass shit.
And they said that the
Yeah,
shooter
yeah,
was the face.
and that's Jersey, bro. Jersey, even though we right next to each other, nigga, shit, that Jersey's laws is totally different from New York,
Totally
bro.
different.
Hey, yo,
Absolutely.
I'm
That's
gonna
a
tell
fact.
y'all once again this. I'm gonna tell y'all again. The area Duck got hit at is downtown Chicago, where they got Gucci store, Dolce Gabbana, all that shit, man. And he got shot in them stores around them where them rich whiteys at. The Fed's gonna pick that. You got senators, you got people calling, putting in petitions and all that behind the scenes. I'm telling you,
Facts.
because they don't normally get nobody normally get violent killed like that out there like that out in them area.
Yo, man. Somebody, I think the governor assistant got killed in Brooklyn Labor Day, and the feds ain't picked that shit up. Niggas in the state.
Like,
Because it was just a murder.
like you know, we also got to remember what Johnny Cochran told us back in the '90s. He said, if you're a convicted felon and you in the possession of a handgun, it can this definitely it totes fed time automatically.